What's up, everyone? It is your man, your boy. Acrid is not here, so I can say whatever the fuck I want. I can say whatever. He's going to the bathroom, but he told me to start, I guess. So yeah, welcome to the Cosmic Tavern. What a way to start the episode of the Hochi campaign, aka the Hidden Garden campaign. I am your host, Nitsify. You can find me on YouTube and Twitch. No shoutouts yet. No. Get stabbed. And with our co-host, who is also the DM of this campaign, Sir Acrid is a solo campaign, heavily homebrewed by yours truly. Yeah, that's correct. I do also want to recount this real quickly for precautionary reasons. We do have this all campaigns we do on this channel. It's heavily homebrewed. I forgot to do the last precaution for the last Katsu episode. Oh well. All of our campaigns are heavily homebrewed and have a lot of sexual humor, as well as just sometimes pretty damn gory. Not gonna lie. So if you don't vibe with any of those, I guess also technically we have some dark topic jokes, and also just in general there's some dark topic things. Like, slavery is literally a actual problem in this world. It has been talked about because that's a problem in the IRL world, still to this day. Fun fact, did you know that there is an IRL, there in the UK, there is still a black market that sells slaves. That is a sad thing. They're trying to shut it down, but they continue to have failed within the past 10 years. Good job, Britain. You have failed yet again. But yes, still a problem in the world. Sorry. This is a great way to start the campaign episode.
Yeah, and Hoji legally owns someone, so he gets to sleep well at night knowing that.
He did that to get them out of the fucking desert. And so they weren't stuck underneath someone who would treat them horribly. He wants to get them freedom. He's trying. He's trying. Don't pull that fucking card on me. But
I fucking will.
No, there is evidence in past episodes proving that he did it for good reasonings to get them out of that hellhole that is the desert.
So go back and watch. Go back and watch the other episodes if you're just jumping in.
Yeah,
you will understand why Hoji legally owns someone.
Yeah, I think it's like on episode 3, but I guess you'll never know. I could be wrong, so go watch them all. Anyway. Yeah, so this is I should turn on music, huh? Oh, by the way, everything's like edited on the fly, music and everything, baby, because I work 2 jobs and I don't have time.
And I don't know how to edit.
Yeah, so the guy who knows how to edit doesn't have time. So guess what? You get what you want. Also, this is like an extra campaign. This is not even the main campaign. So honestly, I'm not gonna lie. You shouldn't expect editing. This is like going to someone's Patreon and like watching like the Patreon stuff type of deal. That's the type of vibe that the Hochi campaign is. But yeah, welcome if you're a newcomer. If you're not a newcomer, welcome back, bitches and hoes and all in between. Good start off.
Are you good, man?
No.
You seem hostile today.
Yeah. Yeah, what of it? What of it, huh? What of it? No. See, here's the thing. We just got done recording Katsu, right? I wasn't like this with Katsu. It's just the vibe of the campaign. Because every time we start a Hoji campaign episode, I just get hostile. Like every intro, I get hostile. It's not on purpose. That is just no, hell no. It is not a purposeful thing. It just triggers for me. Something about it. About starting this campaign. I get violent, but yet I almost never violent in the actual campaign.
You fucking peacekeeping bitch.
Listen, man, I'm fixing the world. Okay, so last time in the Hoji campaign, in case you didn't know, we've been helping guard Naporia. That's like, when we got into Naporia, like within the last campaign, the goddess was already dead. Blah blah blah. Evelyn, big gone, light gone. Because we were already in the town in the last session. So basically, all we did is we guarded and we did a big old dance with Zora.
Boss fight dance.
Yeah, we did a boss fight dance with Zora. In the door of the tavern, and we could have got to notice it and give him a moment, but thankfully we had a very good distraction, aka Alania, the one and only.
Yes.
There's a reason why she's a part of my ranks and a part of my squad.
Yes.
Amazing job, Lania. Besides that, mainly we got to meet a Triton while working with the our Galerian fan Varbuck, who had a heavy disdain because he's racist towards Tritons. It's a primordial thing because Tritons are descendants of Anglerians and he sees them as weak.
Jarlus, the Triton guard.
Yeah, so the entire time the Triton was sweating profusely as a Galerian was staring down at him from a fucking roof.
With both knives in hand.
Yeah, he was scowling. He refused to talk to him. All the words we learned from Varbuck that day, because we're learning Primordial from Varbuck, were all very violent phrases and words like "kill the Triton." So you know, fish fillet. Fish sticks. Yeah, stuff like that. So you know, we did a lot. We also got to meet the guard captain here, which is basically a lesser demon. So it's pretty chill. But he doesn't really show his face to the actual town because he doesn't want people freaking out, which is fair.
Yep.
But he also probably never removes that mask of his that covers up his actual mouth.
Yeah.
And all y'all saw from him was his glowing horns and his glowing eyes.
Yeah.
It was very hard to make out the actual details of that fucker. Because, it's shit.
But yes, that is that. I think that is fully caught up on, like, backstory stuff. I forgot to give myself an extra spell because we leveled up last time.
Yes.
I'm a warlock. I get one new spell. Yeah. Okay. What do I have? My current spell list consists of Adane's Furious Fist, Hellish Rebuke, Cloud of Daggers, Misty Step, Shatter. Oh, Spider Climb is really tempting. I'm not gonna lie. But what does Enemies Abound do? You reach into the mind of one of your creatures you can see and force it to make an intelligence saving throw. A creature automatically succeeds if it is immune to being frightened. On a failed save, the target loses the ability to distinguish friend from foe, regarding all creatures as it can see as an enemy, until the spell ends. Oh, that's a fun idea. But I'd only have a DC of like 15 to beat, and a lot of enemies seem to always beat my DCs, so I'm not gonna bother. I'm not lying. They've rarely ever worked. Okay. I'm not wrong. It's not your fault. They always just get really good rolls against specifically my DCs. I'm not wrong. It's not your fault. I just get bad luck. You know what? He's gonna learn Spirit Shroud. Yeah. Concentration spell. He can add it. So whenever he does it, he can get an extra D8 of damage of cold.
Okay.
The spirit just kind of blesses his fucking weapon. Yeah. Yeah. All right. So, anyways, guys, what's up? It's your boy Slim Shady, and yeah. So what happens? Who am I killing?
Yes.
We got done
so
with the end of our shift. Yeah.
Yeah. You guys also got. You guys learned about. You guys have managed to convince Sora to join your party.
Wow.
So.
Are we gonna kill her dad? I want to kill her dad. Fuck her dad. And her mom. But mainly her dad.
Oh, God.
She hasn't given me permission yet to kill, though, so I gotta wait.
He hasn't told you any information.
I have a hunch.
God.
Okay, so, yeah, so we got done with the end of the shift, and then we went to bed.
Yes.
Yeah, so I'm gonna drag myself, my happy ass, well, actually, no, my now grumpy ass, because that alcohol's worn off. I'm gonna drag my grumpy ass out of bed, my angry ass out of bed, and I'm gonna walk downstairs. I need to grab breakfast.
All right,
Because otherwise I'm going to be scolded.
You walk downstairs in the Durla Tavern.
Yeah.
Because Alanya.
Yeah.
Because Alanya booked the Durla Tavern
Yup.
of all taverns.
Yup. Darla Taverns, for those who are new and are jumping straight in, and this is your first episode. Darla Taverns are basically stripper clubs. But with ends.
People.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's kind of the Darla race's like culture is kind of a normal thing for them. Yeah.
Meanwhile, the rest of the races.
Yeah. They're a very sexual
yeah,
race.
Sure, man.
Not by choice.
Yeah.
It's just kind of a thing. It was one of those weird things why I made it. It was like, it's a really cool race. And then somehow in between, after I made the race, when he started implementing them in the world, he's like, there was some joke. There was some joke that one of us made in a call, and it led to this just becoming a thing that apparently they just barely wear any clothing. I don't. Wait, no, it's because we based it off of a picture. There was a picture I saw someone made who made a Displacer Beast person, because that's what they are.
The original design.
Yeah, because the
original design, they have like no clothing.
Yeah. For those who don't know, Darlas are Displacer Beast people. They evolved from Displacer Beasts, so they can kind of take form of a Displacer Beast. But kind of on the age, they normally end up looking like a kitten. It's not until like halfway through like their life that they can start going to a proper like Displacer form, which can be terrifying to fight against. But they have like forearms and a bunch of stuff. Yeah, they're just like really cool versions of Darlas, and a little bit taller than Darlas. They range from like 4 to 6 feet tall. But yeah, no, for some reason, because of in that picture, the only like reference picture we really had to work off of for this idea of that race, they had them in extremely skimpy clothing, so they kind of just became a race. It's like, yeah, they're terrifying to fight, but they're mainly pacifists who really just normally will prefer to work businesses rather than actually fight. And they normally wear barely any clothing. Just because of like shifting in between forms, they end up tearing a lot of their clothing, which actually makes sense. So, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, you become a Displacer Beast. Cool. So your shirt rips, your pants rips, yeah, no, it would suck. So they have like normally tailored, like special tailored stuff. So, yeah. But that being said, yeah, I walked down. I'm gonna order breakfast because I need food. Because if I neglect it, I'm gonna get yelled at by both Zora and Alania.
Yes. You're finally, like, yeah. Now Hoji's like, oh god, now I've got 2 people to make sure I do things properly. Damn it.
Yeah. It's like, dude, wait, actually, how many hours of sleep did this man even get? That's the other question. Because this man is waiting for a letter from one of like his main clerks. 12. So he got like he got like 6 hours of sleep. For him, that's good.
Wait, so you just cut whatever he rolled in half?
Yeah, sometimes. It's more of a thing of like, if he gets if he gets like a 15, he gets a perfect rest. If he gets a 19 or a 20, he got a little bit over it. If he gets like a 10, it's like, okay, but you didn't sleep that well. You didn't sleep that well. 5. Oh fuck, you got like 3 hours of sleep in a dream. 1, you didn't sleep.
Oh god.
Yeah. Because he is a workaholic, so. But yeah, so yeah, he has a decent sleep. So yeah, he would just order some like eggs, normal stuff.
Yeah, so he'd get eggs.
Yeah.
Some water.
Yeah,
A lot of water.
A lot of water, yeah.
Yeah. Like 4 different glasses of water.
Yeah, because he knows he probably won't be able to get a proper drink again probably until like way later on in the day because he's gonna be guarding. Just kind of look around, I guess, to kind of figure out where people are at.
Yeah. So he doesn't see Alania or Zora.
Okay.
Okay.
So either Alania and Zora are sleeping, or they're killing someone. That's the only two options. There's no other options.
Oh my god, man.
Listen, man, it's a monk with a gun. What could go wrong? Oh god, I forgot to make the monk subclass again. I'll get it done. I swear, I will get it done. Okay.
For anyone wondering, Zora's actual monk class is you can say Nits.
So we've been temporarily calling it Way of the Tit. Probably just kind of being called Way of Throwing It Back because it's just a dancer specific like monk class because it's monks. You really don't have to know how to use weapons. You can just easily just do it. So like as long as like it's that weird thing of like if you are a dancer and you haven't fought before in your life, you could probably still easily have this class anyways because you know what you're doing. Yeah, it's pretty easy to do. You literally just dance and beat people up while doing it. So it's like you could be a ballerina and do it that way. But honestly, the main way of doing it is like, yeah, you slam your ass into someone, doing like a D10 of bludgeoning. Good job, buddy. Stuff like that. There's literally, it came off of a joke character that was supposed to have been a quote-unquote one-shot monster hunter that did not end up being a one-shot campaign, as I played a succubus paladin, and we very quickly realized that she would have been better as a monk, and, so one of the things that she used to do, God, it's such a funny, stupid thing to say, but she would slam her ass into, like, enemies, into, like, monsters. She threw her ass into a titan, but that did more damage than a greatsword. So, let that sink in. Yeah, and another way that she could kill people, and she's still around, by the way. You can still encounter her. She can just smother someone to death with her tits and kill them that way. That's kind of a thing, so that's probably gonna be a part of the, like, subclass thing that you can do. So.
Oh my god.
It's only fair. It's like, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah,
Do it.
Yeah, it's like a level 10 or like level 12. You get that. Yeah. Anyways, that's besides the point. When I get that uploaded, I will link it, I guess, in the description if people want. No, fuck you. You look it up on D&D Beyond, Way of the Tit.
No, he will put it in the description.
Oh, God.
He will.
Oh, God. Dude, this is becoming my legacy. It's like me, Nitsify, the guy who is like known to be a relatively PG guy besides cussing. Meanwhile, you look over at this, over at the D&D podcast. So hear me out. Monk Way of the Tit, succubus paladin. Dude, my character.
Ground pounding.
Yeah. Dude, I got fucking ground pounded and got killed, and they got revived by an eldritch goddess of blood and lust. In a campaign that never made it to the light of day, at least on the podcast, because we didn't have the podcast like here when that campaign was going on. That's for another day.
Yeah.
Getting back on topic.
So
I don't see them.
So Hoji would see this lady.
Okay.
She's not dancing. She's just sitting at the bar. She's
vibing.
eating what looks like. She looks like she's eating marshmallows.
It's called jungle.
I honestly, there's a genuine question. He's just look at her and go, Where'd you get marshmallows from?
Like, you can see her image.
Yeah. By the way, she has like long black hair. I think those are
they're type of dumplings apparently.
Oh, okay.
There's a type of dumpling according to Anya.
Yeah, no, that's what I thought it was as well, but I wasn't gonna say anything. I was just gonna let you go with the marshmallow thing.
No, there's still marshmallows, but that's what they're actually supposed to be.
Yeah,
but I'm sticking with marshmallows because funny.
Probably it's definitely a monk that's probably been in the temple a lot because they have a pretty pale skin. Probably either a human elf, or I can't tell if those are elvish ears or if those are like cat ears like on the side. But yellowish eyes. They're wearing
kind
like
of fluffy.
Yeah, okay, yes, it's probably like more like cat ears or something like that. She does have like the stereotypical like traditional like monk straw hat thing going on. Black kimono that has like on the like collar bit goes to like a mustard yellow almost. Like bondage like not bondage. Oh, that's not the right wording for that. Wait, no, listen, man, I am running on 4 hours of sleep. Let me be. She has like white wrappings that go like around the hands, okay, and on the palm, she has like some jewelry on it. She got a little staff that has like a little thing on it, like an ornamental staff. She probably doesn't use it to beat people up. If she does, it'll go jingle jangle while she swings it around. Let me be, man.
I'm letting you be. Oh god.
I just look in the
That's
comments.
funny.
There's that one guy just yelling, "Clip it! Someone clip it!" Yeah. So yeah, you just look at her and just go, "I didn't know they had Why are you eating marshmallows in the morning?"
She like stops mid bite.
Yeah.
She's like, "Cause I brought them myself." Nom. Just mostly just goes back to eating.
God. You just go, fair enough. But also, you really, you're a stranger. I shouldn't say shit.
You don't know her habits.
Yeah. Yeah. You just go, well, apologies, Mr. Renma.
Would you like one?
Sure. He's double checking before he grabs it, like mid grab, double checking, make sure he's not gonna get yelled at by Alania or Zora.
I want to mention she hands you it's one of those, it's like almost a kebab of
Yeah.
fucking marshmallows.
God.
So there's like 5 marshmallows on it.
Oh boy. Yeah, he would just thank her for it, do a quick re-glance, and then grab one. Like,
Yeah. She was like, "Name's Viola." Nom.
good to meet
Just
you.
goes back to eating.
Oh god. Yeah, here just go. Well, it's good to meet you. I'm guessing you're in town, kind of stuck here. I'm imagining for now.
Yes.
Fair
I'm
enough.
not from here. I'm from below the capital, so I was just wandering and got stuck here.
I can understand that. I wouldn't have imagined it looks like you've been from a monastery as of recent.
Yes, I miss home. It's the most just like I miss home. I miss my monastery. So she would kind of let you know that she was a bit more north when
Yeah.
the darkness happened.
Yeah.
She had wandered up because she had heard about something from the monastery. She'd gone up to check on it, found
Yeah.
out that everything was okay. So she was like, "Okay, cool." Starts walking back, and the lights go out.
Damn.
And now she's stuck.
Fair. You just go, well, yeah, no, that checks out, though. I'm kind of surprised to see a person from a monastery in a tavern like this, I'm gonna be honest. No offense, Miss Durla.
Oh no, it's fine. It's almost like, no, it's fine. And you just hear her go, "Well, in all honesty, I don't have much money, and this place doesn't charge all that much."
That is fair. It also explains a lot of why Alania booked me in this specific place. That does explain stuff. It is the most like, yep, no, this checks out.
Yeah, no, the monk is explaining that she is in fact poor, and this place is cheap.
Yeah. Hoji would just go, well, hopefully this will help you out a little bit. And he would just hand her 15 platinum.
She stares at it with that look of, "I've never fucking seen this. What is this?"
This is platinum.
She goes, "I thought it was reshaped silver." Okay.
Nope, not in the slightest. That should help you at least get a little bit
What
more
is
thorough.
platinum?
With what?
What's platinum?
Platinum is... Think of it like this. 10 gold equals 1 platinum.
Oh, wait, you don't need this?
You'll be fine. Use it for your expenses when you need.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So, she's just like, I feel bad just taking this.
I mean, you really can just take it. That was a gift. You really don't have to.
Okay. She's like, "Well, would you like some help getting your unarmed strikes to be a bit stronger?"
Sure. I could use that. Last time I had to do a proper fist fight with a demon, and yeah, that would be good.
Yeah, so she would essentially give Hoji the Tavern Brawler feat.
Okay.
And she would explain some like better ways of like punting fighting people.
Hell yeah.
essentially, he wasn't trying to get it, but that's how she's like, I refuse as she's like, I refuse to accept this without giving something in return. I refuse.
Fair enough.
So he gains the Tavern Brawler feat.
Yeah, so with the Tavern Brawler feat, for those who don't know, I get accustomed to rough and tumble fighting using whatever weapons happen to be at hand. You gain the following benefits: increase your strength or con score by 1. I increased my strength by 1, so now I have a +3. You are proficient with improvised weapons. Your unarmed strikes uses a D4 for damage. And you hit a creature with an unarmed strike or improvised weapon on your turn. You use a bonus action to attempt to grapple the target.
Yeah.
Yes. Very useful.
Yeah.
Yeah. He would thank her for that. He'd appreciate it. Let's go. That is rather useful, including in my line of work, so thank you.
Fair enough. Well, best of luck.
Best of luck to you. And he'd go invisible.
Yeah. And you'd see her hand over like 5 platinum. She's like, I hope this covers the rest. I know I only gave you like 15 gold because that's all I had.
I'm guessing he's saying that to the Darla.
She's saying that to the Derlit. She paid 15 gold because that's all she had.
Yeah.
So the Derla's like, that'll be fine. She's not charging this woman a dime more because she knows she doesn't have it.
Yeah.
Fun fact, the Darla was just gonna let this lady only pay 15
Fair.
because she knew this lady literally had nothing, and she's also kind of doubling as a bonus bouncer because she can.
Fair. As I walk away and pass by her, I just want to like lightly pat her on the shoulder and do a sleight of hand check to try and just pass off some gold. Just like a good job.
Okay.
to
Roll to see if you get it.
To be fair, sleight of hand's never been my strong suit. I am a warlock. 12.
His hand would be bumped by her quarterstaff as she kind of flicks her wrist.
Fair.
She's like, no.
It's like she could see the 20 gold just like kind of like in his hand that he was gonna try and slide.
Oh,
Like,
yeah, no.
yeah.
She bumps his wrist like, no. You've already given me 50. I refuse morally. I morally cannot.
He's just trying to help me.
Honestly, it's that weird thing of like she's not getting paid. She might get paid now
Yeah.
because she's actually paying for her rooms.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I don't know. The Durla might just pay her anyway because she feels bad.
Fair. Yeah, I heard you just kind of slide out of the tavern.
Yeah.
Just activating his stealth into it now.
Cool.
With a stealth
So
of
he would
entering
want-
the town with a stealth of he has advantage because he's a moral follower with a 27 going into town.
Wondrous.
Yeah, mask is up, ponytail.
Literally fucking visible.
Yeah. Yeah, and he's making his way downtown to start his next, guard shift.
Yeah.
Yeah. Am I with the same Triton or a different person today?
What's up?
Me,
second.
Boots and Cassin. He had to go. Boots and Cassin. Is this entertaining enough? I don't know if it's not entertaining. Let me know if it's entertaining enough for you. Welcome. Well, I said welcome. I don't know. I'm just trying to feel the word. How are you feeling today, Chad? Commenters. How are you feeling, Cosmic Tavern patrons? You know what? Here's a fun little idea for people who are actually going to listen to this. If you're willing to comment, because we don't get a lot of comments, but if you're willing to comment, man, let me know what you think your class would be in D&D. Not as a character, but just IRL. Just what do you think you would be? I always see a lot of people be like, I'd just be like a bard or a monk. But it's yeah, but like, you know, maybe you'd be a warlock. You never know. You never know. Me really put some thought through it. What would, if magic was an option, IRL, you know, give yourself some thought. What would you go for? What would you go for if IRL was very much similar to D&D? What would you choose? And if counting on what you do choose, what subclass? What are you gonna go for? A homebrew subclass? If it's a homebrew, tell me what it does. I like to know. I like to know what type of homebrews you guys do. That'd be chill. That'd be cool. Or if you got a D&D character, tell me about your D&D characters in the comments. That'd be chill. I'd actually love to hear some people with like D&D characters ideas. Who knows? Maybe they could be made into an NPC in another world, in one of our DMing worlds. That'd be really fun. Adding in someone's characters into the DM, into like the world, like getting you guys involved. That'd be really cool. Actually, I actually vibe with that idea.
Yes.
Will it ever happen? Probably not, unless we get like a big enough community. But you know, it's always there. Yeah. All right.
Right, you don't know.
You never know. You never know. So who knows? Maybe Orc Bork Nork of the Farmers organization.
Oh God.
You know, maybe we'll add that guy into the campaign. You never know.
No.
Listen, man, there's organzo cheese. You really can't do me like this.
Yes, I can.
Nah. All right.
At least Algonzo cheese is balanced.
What is balanced about organzo cheese? That is an elemental wheel of cheese that became a god. And his following isn't even a proper following. It's him infecting people like a virus. That's all that is. There's nothing balanced about that guy. There's nothing balanced about Gonzo. Okay, anyways. Yes. So, am I with the same Triton? Am I with Vuk? Am I with a random guard this time? What's up? Am I even working with Varbuk today?
You are with Varbuk.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Fair enough.
And you are working with this lady.
Oh my. Okay, you know,
You
it's
walk
probably a
up
good
to
thing that we're
a-
not working with the Triton again.
You walk up to an orc barbarian woman.
Oh god. Well, at least I know Varbuk will probably get along with her if that's the case. Yeah, very muscular. Very muscular. She does wear a, like... She wears a, like, red or purple, I can't tell. There's like a red...
Purple.
Purple, okay. So there's like a purple shirt. Linen, light cloth, probably well built for, like, hotter times, like during summer times. Which is pretty fair. It is a little open. You can see a bit... Yeah, no, that's unlucky for her, but I mean, with it being an orc, she probably doesn't give two flying fucks. But, yeah, no, it definitely shows off a bit of cleavage. And then it's like a crop top. It's like that, like, you know, like how like some people take like a shirt that wouldn't be a crop top, but like you tie the knot in it to make it a crop top. That's what she's done with that by the looks of it. And then she has like she has like that same type of color for the shirt as she does for the pants, but it's like a robe pants. So she has like short shorts, but the short shorts are easily covered by like this like almost like purplish robe is more what this is. It's tied around the majority of her waist. The only way they can even tell that she has shorts instead of just normal pants underneath it is because like there's like a bit of the thigh that shows, because there's like one little bit that the robe just doesn't really cover. But she does also have like iron armor like that goes like up to the thigh, so it goes like halfway up the thigh. Like thigh high iron armored like socks. It's still thigh high socks. You got thigh high armor. Like I don't know how else to put it, but it's there. But it like connects into the boots, like underneath the boots. So, yeah, no, she's well equipped.
She needs you.
She needs
Oh,
you.
no.
You hear the gods calling to you. White long hair that's actually for once curly hair. You never see curly hair in designs. Thank goodness, finally. Light green hair.
And it's kind of a mess.
Yeah, but that's how curly hair is. I have it. I get it.
Same.
Yeah, I have like coily hair too, which is awful. Light green hair and a halberd.
Yes.
and a very well constructed chin. Gosh damn, she could cut cheese with that chin. But yes, that is the orc lady we're looking at. Hoji would just kind of like greet her, just kind of go, "Mr. Enma, pleasure to work with you today."
Pleasure to meet you.
Yeah.
Also, yeah, she's giving her. Yeah, I was in the midst of grabbing it. That's why my brain went.
Fair.
You ever do that where it's like you try to speak, but also you're trying to do something else on the side, and your brain just goes, but what if we did it?
I've had that sometimes. Yeah. That's why I always have like either like a book of like names like on my side whenever I DM, or I have like a fancy generator, like a name generator set up ahead of time. That way I can already be like, my name is Alice Wonderland.
God.
Yeah.
God, there you go. Alta. That is her name.
Alta, gotcha.
She's like, my name is Alta.
Good to meet
And
you, Alta.
Sir Enma, and she looks over at Varbuck, who is wandering out. She's like, and in Anglerian. Wonderful.
Varbuck.
I actually prefer
Greet
that
them.
race.
Oh, that's good. Last time we had a Triton, and it wasn't. It was a bit awkward. I won't lie.
I can't imagine it was pleasant. Varbuck is like, name's Varbuck.
It definitely wasn't pleasant. Not with this man.
Fish-legged bitch.
Varbuck. Control.
What? I am completely controlled. He's still alive, isn't he?
You can't go around killing guards. You know that.
I didn't. Someone's just like, I didn't.
Yeah.
He's still alive, isn't he?
Squints at him. Did he show up to work? He's asking the orc
Varbuck
that.
is silent.
Yeah.
He's asking the orc what?
He's asking the,
Oh, did
the
Jarlath
orc
show-
if he showed up. Yeah.
Yeah, she's like, yes.
Okay.
He seemed fine.
Let's just double checking. Squints at Varbuck aggressively.
Varbuck squints back equally aggressively. Altub looks between you and squints at both of you because she doesn't know what's going on.
Fair. I hear you just go, apologies. I have to double check on someone sometimes. Oh, shall we begin?
Yes. She's like, yes, should be fine. So you guys are more towards the northern bit of Naporia this time?
Yes.
Which, it should be fine.
Yeah, it should be fine.
The day, okay. Okay, yeah. You guys would see, like, it's almost as if the shadows, like, out, like, far, like, kind of, like, 40 feet outside of town, like, about halfway through the shift, they look like they start moving,
Yeah.
and then it stops.
Okay.
So it's like, it's one of those, like, it's like all three of them see it. So they know they're not imagining it. So there might have been something out there, but it seemed too, like, see-through, if that makes sense. Like, it didn't have, like, a mass to it.
Easy fix. I send my bird after it.
Okay. The bird goes out towards the moving shadow.
Yeah, I look to Varbuck. Varbuck. Summon your specter. Have it take a look. And he'll summon his as well.
Spectre.
Yeah.
Go die.
The two specters and the phantom raven out with a dream.
Into the darkness.
Yes.
Yeah, so the specters, like, they're usually like a light purple, but right now they're like a dark purple because they're not really emitting much light.
Okay.
Yeah. Hoji would be looking, I'm assuming, through the raven's eyes as it's kind of flying kind of low to the ground
Yes.
to essentially try and, like, it's like scanning its head side to side, trying to see. And I will go ahead and roll something. Okay, so what Hoji would see is as the bird would turn its head towards the front, again as it was kind of scanning,
Yeah.
he would see like a pair of like see-through razor sharp claws just rip through the raven. As his connection to it would be cut.
Raven's down.
The two specters fly out with aggression because all they saw is the bird disappear. They're like, what the fuck? Hold on. Wait.
He would just look to the orc and go, I know where it died. I'm gonna go.
I'll come with.
Starbuck, keep an eye out. Stay at main gate.
Okay.
And
he's just like, oh, fine.
And with that stealth of 27 that is still active, he goes into it.
Yes. He charges into the darkness.
Mm-hmm. And to help out the
hostility.
orc, he's casting invisibility on the orc.
Yeah, she's gonna need that, I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah.
It's an orc.
Yeah, that's why I was like, just in case, buddy, you're gonna need this. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Where the hell? Okay. I had an image for this.
Yeah, did you? Yeah.
Yes, I actually did, and it's bothering me that I can't find it.
That is fair. Just annoying. Oh yeah, really? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, really?
I will fight you.
Just get shot several times.
You see a spectral gun appear in front of Hoji and shoot him 7 times in the left leg.
Shut the fuck up! No, that's all you hear as gunshots appear. It's like Hoji, who said nothing. What the fuck did I do?
Dies from bullet wounds. As far as he will ever know, the Skaven have betrayed him.
God. Man comes back as a fucking demon.
That will be a wisdom save for him if he dies.
I can imagine.
There's like 3 separate wisdom saves he'll have to make to actually pass on.
Yeah, because as spiteful as he is, he really would just end up becoming a fucking shade.
It's like shade, demon, or devil.
Oh god, the fucking devil. It's just like those rolls in a row. First for the Fanta, for the shade. Okay, he's not a shade. Second, demon. Okay, he's not a demon. 3, you better hope he doesn't come back as a devil. That's where that gets real damn dicey. The demon's already dicey as hell. Oh god. Cause that's a demon that's not gonna fuck off.
But yeah, what you would see is as you guys are charging, you would start to see the phantoms are fighting, as they have picked a fight with essentially one creature.
Yeah.
So this thing is 1v2ing the specters and winning.
Yeah.
As you would see, this fucking creature.
Okay, let me see. What do we have? So it's some weird looking shadow bitch ass. Probably the size of a goblin. It has the ears of a goblin, but its head, right? Its head. Also, all of its skin is like very black, like kind of like it's not that way. It's like a pitch black, like a phantom almost. In the fact of like its body is like a mist almost, like, and especially its head, which is like basically becoming like a fog to a degree.
It's also like mostly see-through.
Yeah, but you
so
can
it's
see
almost
ribcage.
invisible.
Yeah.
It's like almost invisible in the darkness.
Yeah, but it has beaming white eyes. Like that's the one bit that glows from it. Yeah, it's just that one thing.
Perception.
Yes. What is my stat for perception? I have advantage on perceptions, which is useful. Yeah, that's very useful because that first roll is a bad roll. So second roll, which is a 16 plus 9, so 25 to see.
Okay, yeah, it's just this one, thankfully.
Okay, that's good.
But he could also tell that the bird, the spectral raven doesn't have it has like 15 hit points.
Yeah.
It's not like it's not a strong creature, it's a specter.
Yeah.
This thing ripped through its hit points like it was not even there.
Yeah.
So it hit like a fucking truck.
Fair enough.
So it probably is a very high hard hitting creature, but it is the size of a goblin, so it might not have the most hit points.
Yeah. He's just gonna. You know what? He's just. Okay, so this thing's focused obviously on the actual, like, you know, on the specters
The
right
two
now,
specters.
right? Yeah.
Yeah, the two specters.
I'm just gonna cast. Trying to think what's gonna be good for this, because I know it's probably immune to necrotic, most likely.
Yeah, you would notice the specters aren't doing damage, they're just distracting it.
Yeah. Okay. So let's do this. I'm gonna use something that I think would probably be fine. Because adding Fury's Fist, I want to use force damage. Because I don't know what the vulnerability and immunities are of this thing.
Yes.
So I'm gonna cast adding Fury's Fist, takes up a pack slot of mine. And I'm just gonna come out of the fucking darkness doing a fucking haymaker on this thing. With
just
a
fucking.
yeah.
Oh god, what's up? With
Natural
what?
17 plus 7 to hit.
Okay. So what I imagine he does is he runs up and fucking kicks it.
Yeah,
That's what I
man.
fucking
Yeah, because he's like,
imagined.
because he's like 6 foot, and this thing's probably like what, 3 feet tall, like.
It's 3 feet if it stands up straight. It's 2.5 because it's slouching aggressively.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so no, he runs up at it, and like it doesn't hear him because like it is like silent footsteps because that 27 in stealth, and just you see his right foot start get like this very white light glow, right? As the adding Fury's Fist begins to focus on his foot, and he soccer kicks it. Like as if he's about to punch like a ball into the air.
Yeah, dude, if he was wearing the boots of elven kind, it would honestly make it so he moves silently anyways.
Yeah, he is wearing those, I'm pretty sure. Let me double check here. But he does 31 force damage to this thing.
Oh god.
And that's out of the blue. Dude, imagine if he was a rogue, he would have gotten sneak attack damage too.
Oh god.
Oh, and every attack he does, he can pick to do 1d6 of poison, 1 attack per turn. So I'm gonna add that d6 of poison because of his ring.
Yes.
I don't know if it will even take poison damage, but it takes 4.
Okay, so he did how much damage?
So it's 31 force and 4 poison.
Okay.
As it gets punted into the air.
So this
yeah.
is now a strength save for this creature. So go ahead and roll a strength check.
Okay, strength check. Nat 20.
Oh god. Okay, so it doesn't even get to roll a save.
Yeah,
Okay.
dude,
So-
it's the thing of it's like I'm really happy about that because I love the visual, but I'm also really sad because I know for a fact I'm probably gonna need that nat 20 for something else later on, and this is one of the times where it's not really that needed.
It kind of is because this thing hit. You'll see.
Okay.
So you send it skywards as you would see a great axe come over your head. As the orc has fully extended that great axe, so she's essentially holding the very end of her great axe
Yeah.
to give her like 10 feet of reach.
Fair enough.
As she hooks this thing with like the bottom end of her great axe,
Yeah.
brings it up over her head and slams it into the ground.
Okay.
As if that was a normal creature, she would have just cut it in half.
Yeah.
But because it is a shadow creature, it's fine.
Yeah. It just kind of
Oh,
dissipates slightly type of deal, but it doesn't fully yeah.
It dissipates and gets back up, but it definitely got critted from that hit as well. So this thing has been opened up with being crit twice.
Yeah.
Essentially, you rolling that crit made it so her attack was a crit.
Gotcha.
Yeah, because I'm not gonna let you just waste a nat 20. It's like, yeah, you didn't make it roll a save, but also
Yeah.
DPS.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I should.
Yes, you
I
would see-
should put in fighting music, huh? I should. Guys, it was always fighting music. This has been playing the whole time.
I always know you always forget that shit, man.
Because I'm vibing. I'm vibing, man. It's easy to do it when I'm DMing because I can actually remember to do it, but when it's a player, because I don't expect the encounter. So when it happens, I'm like, fuck. Wait, where's the music?
Yeah.
I'm glad when you get good internet, because then you can just do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will never get good internet.
Sad.
It'll always be inferior to yours.
I have Spectrum. That's not a high bar.
I do too.
Yeah, but you live in a hotel. It's different.
No, yeah, no, I know. Okay,
Yeah.
but you would see as she like brings this thing down on the ground, you would see it disappear,
Mm-hmm.
reappear as it appears behind one of the behind a Varbuk specter. It grips the specter's head and turns it backwards, just killing it as it lands.
But it's
It's a specter grabbing a specter. That's why it works. That's essentially its way of dealing damage to the specter.
fair enough.
It's like incorporeal creature grips another incorporeal creature. It's like, that shouldn't work, but it does. Why? Wait, hold on.
I think the weirder thing that's really throwing me off about that is like the specter, a undead thing, just trying to snap a specter's neck,
Yes,
but it doesn't need bones.
Yes, but it's dead.
But don't think about it too hard, kids.
This is why you need to stop thinking. Stop asking me questions, asshole.
So if the other specter couldn't hurt that specter, then why is that specter able to hurt this specter?
Oh, good, fine, whatever. Fine, it attacks it with claws.
Gotcha. Okay, but how does it hurt it? I'm just being an ass. You know that.
Well, to be honest, it's not doing necrotic damage. That's why.
Yeah.
It actually isn't.
Yeah,
So
I
it's
know,
that weird
I
thing
know,
of like
yeah.
its way of force of damage is not necrotic.
Yeah, I know. I'm just being a dick.
Yeah. Well, shut up.
Leave the call. Leave the podcast.
Hi everyone. So we're now canceling this podcast because Nitz is a bitch.
Goes on hiatus from just the entire internet for the next 5 years. Comes back. Got 3 kids, a wife. Been divorced twice. Now a tow truck driver. And moved to Canada. What else? Alright, anyways.
Good man.
Yeah, man, I'm fine.
Alright.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, so
Yeah, so.
The Varbuk Spectre is dead.
Why? No, fair enough. I know.
As this thing would take a charging leap and attacking Hoji Spectre.
Don't you dare. That's my specter.
It takes a swing.
What the hell?
And it will hit.
Have sympathy on your own specter race, man. Come on.
It deals 20 force damage to your Spectre.
What the hell? I think specters only have like a health of 12, right? It's not going to be able to take the hit if I understand correct. Specters, health of 22. It does survive.
Yeah. Also, like I made sure that your guy has 22 health. He's fine.
Yeah.
He lives.
Yeah, he lives.
Barely, but he lives.
He's good. He's good.
Yeah. Essentially, the Shadow Spectre essentially put its arm through Varbuk's Spectre and like
Okay.
just punched a hole through it and killed it. Mainly because it rolled a crit.
Yeah.
That was
Fair enough.
it got a one shot on a fucking. I was like, all right, well, you're fucking dead.
Yeah.
But to be
Yeah.
fair, this creature's been crit twice, so
Oh yeah, it has. It has been critted twice.
yeah. So that's the end of its turn. You would
Okay.
see your specter slash it, dealing no damage.
Yeah.
It tried.
All right, it tried. Now,
Hoji, you're up.
Hoji, throwing hands. with his main action, you know, throw hands, and his bonus action of throwing hands. That is okay. Okay. So the bonus action will miss, but the main action, adding Furious Fist, should hit with a 15 plus 7, 22.
Yeah.
I say that because the other to hit was like a dirty 14. I was like, I don't think that's hitting.
No.
Yeah.
You try and kick it, and it literally like just phases out of reality.
Yeah. It's like I try to throw a kick at it, it fades out of reality, it starts to come back, and I kick it that time. It's like, nah, you don't get to avoid this. It's like a voice where it's like, fuck! As it
The kick
takes,
I actually needed to avoid.
yeah, 29 force damage and 3 poison.
Okay, so 39 force damage
Yes,
and 3 poison.
yes.
Okay. Well, that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
You would see the orc lady run forward and bring her axe down towards it,
Mm-hmm.
and you see this thing stare up at the axe and then just kind of phase to the left and like makes it miss.
Sad.
The thing's just like, no.
Gah. All right.
As now it's this thing's turn.
Fair enough.
As it attacks Hoji's Spectre,
No.
slashing it.
Don't do it, man. Think of the humanity.
18 slashing, 18 force damage.
It's dead. It's dead.
You then see it turn. And God.
Yeah.
And jump headfirst into a foot stomp from the orc lady. As it rolls a critical fail for its attack and gets its head stomped.
That's funny.
As it attempted to bite and horrifically failed.
There's only
Fair.
one way this battle will end for you,
So
and
now
that's
to
with
roll
your death.
a
What the
D12
hell do I
of
lack to
fucking
The
bring
hell?
this
bludgeoning.
The hell? Why is
What?
there random? What the hell is this about? Oh wait, hold on. No, wait. What the fuck? What happened? I start randomly hearing One Piece monologue. The hell? Wait, where'd that come from? Where'd that? Where'd it come from? I recognize that voice as Norazoro. The
Did you
hell?
stop it? Did you stop
I
it?
stopped it. I don't know where it came from.
Did you stop the recording?
No.
Okay.
I'm just confused where the monologue came from. I just really started hearing a character talk that I know from a show. I'm like, the hell? Where? I just
I don't
pressed
know, man.
spacebar and thankfully it paused it. I just don't know where it came from. I still don't know where it came from.
Oh my god. Browser?
Oh, I have 4 tabs open.
I don't know,
All
man.
D&D related. I'll keep
Oh.
looking, but yeah, whose turn is it now?
Well, God, it's Hoji's now because the
Okay.
creature went.
I throw 2 more kicks. Just gonna
Okay,
kick
so
the
you
hell
have
out.
you have a normal non-force damage related bludgeoning kick, and then a force kick.
Yeah. Actually, you know what? No, this is a better idea. I'm gonna throw 1 kick, right?
Uh huh.
Okay, the adding Furious Fist for the main action. And then bonus
Uh-huh.
action, I'm just gonna cast Eldritch Blast.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, I never use that. Oh. Okay, so that's that, and then the other one. Okay. Adding Furious Fist with a 14 plus 7, and then the Eldritch Blast with a, I don't think this modifier is gonna matter, but a, fuck, where is it? 5 plus 7, so 12, so I don't think that will hit, but the Adding Furious Fist should. So it should do.
Okay.
If it stops spinning, if the dice stops spinning, there we go. 30 force damage, and 1 poison.
Okay. This thing is not looking good. It's starting to it's like its body is starting to really mystify.
Yeah.
Which I know it's a weird word to use. It's the best way to describe it. It's literally fading back into shadows.
Fair enough.
Yeah. So, it's starting to at least. It's something of it's probably almost dead.
Okay.
So, was this as the orc lady?
Oh. Okay, yeah. Okay. So you'd see her start pulling on her axe, and it's that thing of when she brought down her axe last turn to try and hit the creature.
Yeah.
Her axe got lightly stuck in the ground,
Okay.
so she had to spend a moment to be why are you being difficult? Come out of the ground. Stop.
Yeah.
This is not the time.
Fair.
This is not the fucking time for this.
Yeah.
As she uses the spear point end of her great axe and essentially just slams it, just stabs the little shadow creature.
Understood.
As she's going to make it roll a strength save.
All right.
It is fine. You would see as she tries to essentially pin the creature down with the end of the spear.
Yeah.
You would see it just kind of dephase its shoulder, and the spear would go through it after doing damage.
Fair enough.
Pulling the old Spectre, fuck you.
Yep.
Shade-looking ass.
Yeah.
Okay, so this thing would then take 1 slash at Altub, and then 1 slash at Hoji.
Okay.
As it'll hit both of them, as it essentially just darts forward and slashes both of their legs.
Gotcha.
It essentially slashes. Yes.
Reactionary
Hellish
Hellish
Rebuke?
Rebuke.
Yeah, I figured.
And,
I was like,
yeah. Dex save for
Dex
it.
save.
As it will take.
8.
Okay, so yeah, so it fails, and it takes 18 fire damage.
Cool.
As it just ignites.
Yeah, so what happens, right, is it runs between slashing Altub's thigh
Yeah.
and Hoji's thigh, as it runs between them.
Gotcha.
Because that's as high as it can reach.
Yeah. It's I can do it. Catches on fire.
As this thing deals 13 force damage to Altub.
Mm-hmm.
And then it deals 19 force damage to.
That's fair. All right.
It's one of those this thing's I hate fucking this is why are y'all strong? Fucking leave me alone. It's just almost all right, Hoji's up.
Hoji's up.
$5 says he punts it.
He's punting it. And then he's gonna cast Nether Bolt at it.
Fucking hear me.
Yeah. Because he got that because he's a magic initiate wizard. And with a dirty 17 to hit, and a dirty 19 to hit.
Those will both hit.
Okay. Netherbolt doing max damage, 20 psychic damage. And the adding Furious Fist doing 27 force damage. And The 1 poison damage.
God, we love that one tick of poison.
You know it, man.
Yeah, so here's what happens, right? He runs up, and it's the thing of he casts the nether bolt with his hand, and he sees it like twinge,
Yeah.
as then he kicks it in the head, and he sees the lights go out as it fades into mist.
Great.
And they are again left in the darkness as they need to head back to the very, very, very small amount of light protecting Naporia.
Fair.
As they have succeeded to kill the shadow goblin, question mark?
Yes. You just look to Alter and just go, you can report that to your captain later.
I will.
Yeah.
That's kind of my job.
Yes.
Yeah. And then Varbuck, you get back and Varbuck's like, so now we're learning the word for shadows.
Gotcha. Teach me primordial. And I roll my d12.
Yeah.
10.
Yes. Nice.
I actually get a good roll to actually learn primordial for once in my life. I'm now at 105
Yeah.
out of the main goal to learn it fully, which is 136.
Yes. Which,
Yes.
actually, let's see. Varbuck, how good of a teacher are you?
Yeah, that's fair.
Uh-oh, here he goes. He's disappearing into the void. He's disappearing into the void. It waited for combat to end. His internet's taking its revenge. Yep, no, he's still gone. He is still gone. He's beyond dead. Thank you all for watching. I think we have to find a new DM. It seems like he is been killed. But yeah. Thank you all for watching. Oh, he's back. Yo, cool, he's back. Awesome. We just canonized that we were gonna have to get a new DM because the old DM died, but it seems that Revivify is an option. Welcome back.
God.
So.
Dude, that
Yeah.
I could hear you that whole time, by the way.
Oh, great, awesome.
The time.
That's
So
funny.
all I heard was you being like, all right, so yeah, we're getting a new DM, and I'm playing the podcast.
God, just fucking coming back onto the podcast with Mr. Beast. Like, so in today's video.
God, no. Ugh, anything but that.
Yeah.
No.
Fucking all my D&D characters become rich simply because he just gives them way too much money. Yeah, so what did you say about Nat 1? Was he a bad teacher?
Yeah, so there was a shot that Var a very low DC
Yeah.
for him to like actually allow you to roll an extra D12 today. He got a nat 1.
Good job, Varbuck. You're the best.
It was a DC 7.
Varbuck, my man.
On a fucking con save.
God, that sounds about right. Yeah, he just looks at Varbuck and goes, appreciate it.
No, but Varbuck does actually teach you a fair amount. It's just like
Yeah.
after about halfway through the thing, that's when he's like, all right, that's it. That's like,
That's it, yeah. For the other half, we're
Like,
just
finishes
standing there
he
in
teaches you-
silence.
I mean, it's more like he's talking to Alta,
Fair.
kind of learning her shit.
Yeah, he's letting him
It's
talk
one of
to
those
him,
weird,
yeah.
like, it's kind of a question of why the fuck is there a pure-blooded orc working at a fucking town in the Darad?
There's more
Hold on.
something. There's more something you see in the Orc Empire or the Darad, or not Darad, the Dwarven. Not really something you really see very often in the Dynasty. So
No, nor someone wielding a great axe. That's also not too common.
yeah, I thought that was a halberd. I said it early on. I was like, yeah, halberd, and then you never corrected me. And I was like, okay, I guess it's a halberd. And then mid combat, you're like, great axe. I'm like,
I think, no, I don't know. It's a halberd great axe. It is technically a halberd.
It's a weird thing
But I
with the
guess
way
the-
it's designed. It's pretty damn similar to both of those, which is that
I
it's-
gave
yeah.
it, I gave it the damage die of a great axe, but it is a halberd.
Okay.
Because I felt like
Okay.
that was fitting.
That's fitting. I mean, that's how I normally roll all damage for halberds anyways. I normally give them, like, the like, 2d6 is normally what I do for them. Or just, like, a d12.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, those are heavy-hitting weapons. I mean, there's no shot that should only have, like, a d10. I'm sorry. Great Axe gets a d12, but that gets a d10? Hell no. That thing hits like a damn truck.
Fucking salt.
No, I'm just being honest. That realistically speaking, halberds hurt. that hits as hard as a damn great axe does, and they're easier to swing at that.
God.
If anything, it's the great axe should have a D10, not the fucking halberd. I've swung those things before. They're real easy to swing. Anyways, yes. So I just finished up my shift. I'll let him speak to Alta. That's not really my business.
Yeah, there's also the questions that you could ask Barbuck finally about like the north, like the northern oceans and whatnot.
What? Varbuck, what is your? You're from the Northern Sea. What's your standpoint on the other countries
Like, what do you mean?
politically?
Oh.
You just go. I remember the whale from the press. Northern Ocean. Compare the Elven to the Orcs. It wasn't really a comforting comparison.
Oh, yeah, well, the Northern Oceans have trade agreements with the Orcs, so...
That's fair.
They have trade agreements with the Orcs, and the Orcs are some of the few that actually acknowledge the Northern Oceans.
That is also very fair.
So, in all honesty, they view basically everyone as incompetent or annoying because they get ignored by everyone. So, the comparison is everyone is bad, and be surprised when someone's friendly.
Understood.
It's
looks
so
like I have some
weird, like,
patching to
it's yeah, Varbuck explains that the Northern Oceans essentially hate everyone.
Yep. Sounds about right. Kind of sounds like similar thing with the Underdark. So the Underdark doesn't
like
seem to like
you
the
ain't-
Orcs either. They just hate everyone, just in general.
Yeah, the Underdark's like, wow, surface problems. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Moving on.
The one people they can probably respect slightly is the Sky Island people, just because they really actually can't help them. So it's like, no, see, you're fair, you're fine, we get it, we understand, you're valid. However, the rest of you bitches,
Dude, the fucking sassiness of the rest of you bitches.
But yeah, no, it's completely fair. Yeah, no, I mean, he was just, that's mainly, like, the main thing he'd be inquiring about. It's just, like, the political thing, because that's really what he needs to know about the Northern.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, from what he has discovered, the Northern tribes just kind of hate everyone.
Understood.
It's kind of that unfortunate bit of like, well, why do they hate everyone? Because everyone ignores them. I can't express this enough.
You just look the Altub and go, Altub, you're a fork, right?
Yes.
Now, I know we don't really see much of you in the Dynasty nowadays, but, you're from the Dynasty or different country?
I am from the Dynasty, yes. My father was not from here.
Ah, that's pretty fair. Guessing he was from the Orcs.
Neither were. My mother and my father were from the Orcs.
Fair enough. I mean, I can't blame them for I've heard the culture is pretty rough, so I can understand them wanting to leave if that is the case.
Yes, they did. They didn't want to have to deal with being drafted into the wars of the war chiefs.
I forgot about that. They have quite a few wars going on, correct? It's almost like a civil war.
As far as I counted the last time I looked into it, as far as I remember, the last time I checked, there's about 5 separate wars going on right now.
Ooh.
They're probably still going, even in the darkness.
You know, fair enough. As long as they don't get their own teammates killed, I guess.
Yeah, friendly fire is acknowledged as an accident.
Understood.
Yeah. So he's discovered that the quote-unquote orc empire is so much less organized than anyone has given it credit.
Yep. It's less of an empire and just more of just a bunch of tribal people going, oh, ooga booga.
She would reveal that there is like one like central chief who kind of has control over everything,
Yeah.
but there's the rest of the war chiefs are kind of at war to see who's his second in command.
Gotcha.
So it's like if you get that one major chief, you're good. However, it's the rest of the fuckers you gotta worry about.
Yeah. There you go. Understood. Well, I mean, eventually I want to try and make contact with them. Try and get some... Well, with the bounty corps having fallen, we need to get someone up and going again. Trying to keep some peace treaties going with the people, because, quite frankly, eventually they're probably going to try and make some form of attack or something if we don't, you know, continue to actually speak with them.
I have contact with a cousin of mine who lives up in the Orcs.
Well, if you'd be interested, I'm always looking for mediators. Or if you're interested,
From what I
of course,
understand, they're actively...
as well.
Internet go burr.
Your internet really do go burr.
Yeah, I don't know why, but she would say she's like, well, I do know that they're already planning an attack on the elves sooner than people are realizing.
Understood.
I know that you are employed by the elves, so I would send them a warning.
I will definitely be doing that. And if they do attack, then I'll be on the front lines.
Fair enough. Best of luck.
I do appreciate that. I'd rather avoid a war. I think that's a rather... What's the word? Incompetent and childish
Brutish?
thing to create. But... it's brutish as well. I can imagine that being the case. But things can easily be
One of the
solved
most
with words. If
peaceful
people
races.
think that violence is the way to answer things, then... well, they're stuck in olden times, as far as I'm concerned.
Yes. One of the most brutish races fighting one of the most peaceful races. This can only end well.
Indeed. There's a big backing, from what I understand, between other countries and the elves, so... attacking them is basically attacking several countries, and the last thing I want to see is the bloodshed between the Dwarven, the Dynasty, the Southern Oceans, the Western Oceans, the Underdark, and the Elven versus the Northern Ocean and the Orcs. I'd rather not see that, personally. And I don't know where the desert stands with it. I'm from the desert, but from what I remember, they were pretty neutral upon everything. If anything, they try to capitalize when everybody's weak.
More than likely.
If I could get my headspace into it, the way it would go down is countries, eventually whenever the war would end, countries would be weakened, both the orcs and the others, and they take advantage. Next thing you know, the desert runs every single country. And that is something nobody
Really?
wants to see.
No, not even the orcs.
No. I'd rather see the desert burn, but alas, there are good people in the country. You just have to find them. I do apologize for the dark topic, but it was more of a concern. It's good to know. But yes, if your brother's ever interested in being a mediator, we could avoid a senseless war. Send him to me. It'd be good to have contact, because from what I understand, I don't think a orc chieftain will listen to a half Duergar.
No, more than likely not. I'll get in contact with my cousin and see if she's willing to mediate.
I appreciate it. Alright. Well, my shift ended. I do appreciate you, working with you. And I hope to see you again sometime, and if not, then au revoir. He'd walk away.
So, yes, and Varbuck would follow suit.
Yes.
Be away
Yes. Oh, there goes his
Oh.
internet again. There it goes.
from the
Oh,
big-
there it goes.
No,
Oh,
no.
he's back. Alright. So I heard Environment would follow suit, and then he Is he alive? Is he alive? Oh. Just gonna poke him.
Hello?
Poke him.
Hello?
Poke.
Hello?
You awake? You good?
Hello?
You alive?
I think so.
You alive?
Alright.
Okay.
Hello?
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 Yeah, hello?
Okay, cool.
Cool.
I
Awesome.
reset my internet connection.
That works. That really fixes it. That actually did work properly. That's good.
I disconnected it for like 20 seconds and then reconnected it.
Fair. That works.
So,
Yeah.
apologies for everyone listening on the shitty internet. Internet's being buried today.
Yeah, well, it was doing fine until like around this time. But to be fair, it's getting kind of late, so a lot of people are probably moving into the hotel now.
Pain.
Yeah, so we should actually probably start like wrapping things up, I guess. Just like get through the rest of the day, probably, because if there's a good shot, the rest of the internet's gonna die on you.
It's holding okay for now. so
Okay,
we'll
well, I guess we'll just play it by ear then. We'll see how it goes.
see.
Yeah.
It's one of those weird things like it only dies temporarily.
Uh-oh.
At least as far as
He's
I
back.
know.
Okay. It was a very short one. It was just a
Okay.
temporarily, and then, I
Yeah.
I heard the quick little cut. I was like,
God.
fuck, is he gone? Okay, he's fine.
Yeah, no, I heard. I want to mention every time it dies for you. Apparently, I can hear you just fine through all of it.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Alright, but, yes, so, yeah, I'm gonna head back to my
Walk
place,
away.
aka my place, aka to the tavern, and I'm gonna go up into the inn, into my room, and I'm just gonna start writing that letter out to the Elven.
No, letting them know. Hey, so there's
Yeah.
a war coming.
Yeah, and I'm not just gonna send it out to the Elven, I'm also gonna let them, like, I'm gonna let also the, Cast Iron King and who is the, like, leader of the Dwarven, and let any allies of the Elven, like, rulers, basically know, like, hey, this is a thing that might happen. Be prepared. Just in case.
Yes.
Because this is a problem.
Just in case.
Just in case.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so
It's in fact, big
if I
problem.
remember correctly, the ones that are like the ocean people that are allies with the Elven is the southern and the western, right?
Yes, you do not know about the East.
Yeah. So I'm not gonna bother with the East yet because they have not given me. It's not like I haven't contacted them. I've contacted them. They just never replied. So the South and the West.
Honestly, that bird had to. That bird had to fly the farthest.
Yeah. So it's still shot that I'm just waiting for a
unironically.
response. Yeah. Like.
Yeah, it's the saddest fucking like. It's like okay, everyone else has responded. Meanwhile, the bird that went to the fucking east, I'm still flying.
Yeah. Yeah.
I gotta fly 13 days out to sea.
Yeah. But yeah, those people will get notified. Obviously the dynasty will get to know it the fastest just because how close they are. But
Yeah.
yeah, they'll get to know pretty quick as well as the Elven. The Dwarven will probably know, like, probably in third. He would also let the Sky Island people know, because I'm pretty sure they're also allies, if I remember correctly, of the Elven, so.
The Sky Islands care. That's
Yeah.
a genuine thing for them. They do care.
Yeah, so they would also be informed, like, hey, this is a problem. Love you.
Deal with it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah, but as that day would end,
Yeah.
with him sending the letter, the next day he would wake up and he is still waiting on a letter.
Yeah, he just kind of like get out of bed, open the door, look downstairs to see if there. Actually, no, we're on the first floor. He looks at the door to see if a bird's gonna walk in. Doesn't see a bird walk in. Walks to the bar and asks for eggs and alcohol. And then looks around to see if Zorolani is in sight. Cause oh god.
Both of them are actively awake.
Okay. Where?
Zora is walking towards Hoji.
Oh god. Yeah, he's in the back of his head. Like he doesn't put his hands in like one of his hands like on his face. But he instinctively was gonna do that. He's like, no, don't want to be rude. Well, oh God, don't realize. Don't want to deal with you. Specifically deal with you being like, you should do me. I need this.
I need this today.
Yeah. It's very much I know I should get water, but I need this.
Concern is rising.
Yeah.
For anyone wondering what letter he is waiting for, he is waiting from a letter from the bookstore owner.
His first ever clerk. The
and
Ocean Demon Tiefling one that he had. AKA, Mr. I have his name, Lacis, who is my main accountant. I haven't heard from him.
No, he's also a personal friend of Hoji.
Yes.
So
there's a genuine concern. He lives in White Ridge. So I'm kind of just waiting.
Yeah.
He works
Problem.
You're
waiting.
Yeah. And I don't like it. So I ordered the Happy Brew because I need a good vibe.
I need vibe. Give me vibe.
Give me the vibe. I
So-
need to feel happiness for once in my damn life.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
they'd be he'd sitting there. Zora would kind of look at him, and it's that thing of like she doesn't say a word about it because she can tell. It's that thing of like, okay, he needs this today. It's fine.
Yeah.
People need their happiness cocktail. It's one of those like, as far as she thought he was gonna get like some dwarven rum or something. She's like, and then she saw the happiness brew. She's like, oh, that's fine.
Yeah.
she's like, I drink that shit religiously, so I can't really talk.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. He would just look at her and go, morning.
Morning. I think it's morning. I can't tell.
He checks the time. He can't check it. He gets annoyed. He goes to look at a watch. There's no watch. More annoyingly, he looks to the clock that's probably on the wall. It doesn't have a time. He's heavily annoyed.
There is no clock in this building.
Yeah, he looks for a clock. He sees no clock. He gets up, walks outside, looks to the sun, comes back in, sits down, and is heavily annoyed.
There is no sun.
Exactly. So he's just annoyed. This is the beginning of his morning. This is.
Oh God, it's just the start of the day.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's funny. That's really funny.
That's the thing, like, he doesn't have the mask on. He has just, like, the tank top and, like, the normal pants. Doesn't even have the, like, the black robe, like, tied around his waist yet. He hasn't put that on yet. And his hair is still just down, like, fully. So he's just not prepped for the day. He's like, it's that thing, like, he probably woke up 25 minutes ago. Like, type of deal.
I believe it. Yeah, but continuing.
Yeah.
So he would go through the day. He would have that day off because the guard captain's not going to expect him to work every day.
That is fair.
So he would have been told the schedule is like, you work 2 days, you get a day off. You work 2 days, you get a day off.
That is fair, which he hears he gets a day off. He's like, the fuck is a day off? What is that? Huh? Like, what is a day off?
The guard captain staring at him blankly.
Yeah, alright, I guess I'll do nothing.
Go drink. Drink. I don't know.
Gonna
This
need
is
it.
the most like.
Yeah.
The man who is unaffected by alcohol. Go drink. I don't know.
Fair.
He doesn't know he's a workaholic like Hoji. He doesn't take a day off.
He gets it.
He's the guard captain who is like some guard captains. They take a day for themselves. This guard captain never fucking goes outside because he got so much damn paperwork.
Yeah. Yeah, he would just look at Zora and go, what's your plan for the day?
Right, people make plans.
Well, normally, yes. I don't even know what I'm doing today, so I might just tag along.
I didn't have one,
Oh,
honestly.
no plans?
No.
Oh,
I normally play each day by ear.
people do that?
I've been a dancer for 12 years. I haven't exactly had a schedule.
You know that is fair.
She's like, if I want to dance, I dance. It depends on how sore I am that day.
That's fair. That is fair. And then I guess I'll
Fucking
just hang around
Sora.
here.
Fucking
I
Sora.
Yeah. I have some books I can read upon, I guess. That'd always be good.
Yeah.
Yeah. That'd be good. I have my day off, so I don't know what to do. I've never had a day off before in a day in my life.
Yeah. So he would get to essentially hang out with Zora, and they would kind of spend time kind of learning about each other.
Yeah.
Which one thing he would get to see one of her personality traits kind of come into play pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Hoji would see like two people like start to argue,
Mm-hmm.
and she just wanders over. She's like, "Stop! No! Stop!"
Yeah.
She just fucking diffuses the situation immediately.
See, that
So-
works. That works.
Yeah, so one of her big things is she doesn't like people fighting. Like, it's like if it's unnecessary fighting, she's like, no, don't do that. Stop it.
Yeah.
I will diffuse this.
Diffuse or get kicked out by the bouncer and Hoji. Pick your poison.
Yeah. Yeah, but
Yeah.
she would kind of try to learn about Hoji and like kind of like what he values. So essentially kind of like an ideals thing.
Okay.
So she gets an idea of what what kind of person she's working with.
Yeah, that's fair. To him, like how she pitched that? Like that kind of actually
She's
does matter.
She's like, so I know some people do certain things with how they handle things with certain people.
Yes.
So how do you handle things when it comes to like money and whatnot and like helping others?
I mean,
I know you run your business. Okay, that's a bad question.
you tried. I mean, you've probably seen how I handle a lot of problems already as it is. Like, if I can resolve it with words, I'm going to. At the end of the day.
Okay, that's good.
I don't see the point of doing nonsenseless fighting. I've been talking with yesterday I was talking with an orc. She works for the guards. And I heard about apparently there's a possible war that might happen soon with the orcs, so going to try and get a hold of an orc to try and do some mediating, so hopefully we can prevent that. Also going to be mediating for the Skaven pretty soon. I don't know when that's going to be happening, but I know that's an event that I've prepped
Yes.
the kingdoms for.
Yes.
People should be
She's
helped
like,
when
well.
needed.
Okay, that's good.
What about for you? Besides your obvious, diffusing. If it can't be diffused, how are you going to handle it?
Yeah. Well, if I have to resort to violence, I will, but I'd prefer to handle it with words.
I can understand that.
She was like, and I tend to not keep most of my money for myself. I usually give it away.
I can understand that. Honestly, I don't really use my money much either. Typically, I try to keep it for people that actually need it, but sometimes you have to upgrade your equipment and such things, so...
I just
Otherwise,
try to-
eventually you'll die.
Yeah, I just try to do the best I can, anything I'm trying to do.
I can understand that. It's a bond of yours.
Yeah.
You have any bonds? Any earthly ties? Things that might get you killed?
Uh,
Something I need to be aware of.
well, I owe my life to this place, though.
What did they do
And
for you?
Technically the guard captain, to be honest.
They took you in?
He saved me, to be honest.
I can believe it. He's a good man for at least from what I've been able to tell.
After my unfortunate leaving of the capital, I wasn't in the best of shape, and the guard captain saw fit to take care of me after I wandered for I don't know how long.
If you don't mind me asking, if it's not too personal, what happened? If it's too personal, I can understand you turning it down.
I want to
understand.
it's not much of an insight from him.
Yeah.
It's that thing of like she's definitely thinks like you might kill someone if I tell you. Like that genuine that fucking moment of I might deem someone to death, but
Yeah.
so she would very briefly kind of pull her hair back,
Yeah.
uncovering her eye,
Yeah.
which you would be able to see has like a seared scar that makes it so she can't even open her eye.
He would basically kind of grit his teeth on that one.
Yeah.
And-
And she kind of moves the hair on her shoulder, revealing like a brand mark.
This is something I expect from the desert, not from the dynasty.
That's the show's family for you. So I did hear that one of your teammates, that Anglirian of yours, doesn't have a fondness for nobles.
No. Quite frankly, I don't really either, unless they're a good person. I think
Well, my father isn't.
I can easily tell.
She was like, well, if things haven't changed, I'm pretty sure I still know his address, if that's ever desired.
That is very desirable, but that is up to you. At the end of the
Yes.
day, that is a personal affair, and I shouldn't be overstepping my boundaries. But
all
understand that if you
honesty-
want it handled, we can do it off the books.
Yeah, she'd say this, and it's one of those, like, this is pretty honesty from her.
Yeah.
She considers the captain of the guard more of a father than her actual father. Because he's taken the most care of her.
Yeah.
And he's also the one that patched up her face to the point where the scar is the only bit that is actually showing from the wounds that she had.
Yeah.
Those are the marks. That was the best he could make it. Which most people, when she says the guard captain helped her, most people don't know what the guard captain is.
Mhm.
But because Hoji does know, it's like that is probably a Oni.
Yeah.
And if this is the best he could do, that says something.
Yep. He would just go, I might be reaching in some old contacts shortly. Later tonight.
The most like breathing into the mug, like I'm going to kill 3 people today.
Yeah. Oh, he might be reaching to some old desert contacts.
Oh god.
Yeah. But if they randomly just go missing, it's who? Oh no!
Oh god.
So yeah, you just
Yeah.
go. Do you want that handled? Genuinely.
Yeah.
Consider it done.
If you want to handle it personally, I'd be happy to be there. Or just, whoopsie, you sent a letter to the wrong person. It's fine too.
See, I'm happy with either. Just keeping this under the table. What would you prefer?
God, which would she prefer? In all honesty.
This is he's saying this quietly, at the
Yeah.
bar, very
Yeah.
quietly, he's scanning to make sure nobody hears, because if they hear, they're going missing possibly. I'm gonna be honest.
Okay, so I'm gonna make this a con save for her to actually be willing to kill,
Fair.
because, as I've stated, she tries to be the best person she can.
Yeah.
But however, this very thing is her one flaw.
Mm-hmm. It is fair.
Is she can't go to the capital because of her fucking family.
Yeah.
So she's like, I wouldn't be against handling it personally. And just this is one of the few times Hoji has ever seen the smile leave her face.
Yeah. He would just go, all right. Your father did this?
Yes.
What about your mother?
She didn't help or try to stop him.
Alright. Alright. Otakul Varabak in Alania.
Yeah. So she would also mention that her younger sister
Yeah.
was too young to even know that this was happening.
Okay.
Her older brother, though,
Mm-hmm.
he can die, and she says that.
Gotcha. So, okay. I'm gonna make the dad's life hell. I'm gonna kill the brother and probably kill the mom. But the dad gets a personal hell that I've got planned.
Okay.
You'll get to know when I send that letter out.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
However, one more thing.
Yes.
Just as Hoji starts to be like, all right, well, that was a good, 4 hours of their day. They were, slowly interjecting that conversation
Yeah.
to keep it. It's like, so this, and then they talk about something else for, 20 minutes, and they're like, but also, to answer your earlier question, 20 minutes of conversation, because if you just have that as a solid conversation, that's
Yeah.
suspicious as hell. But it's
Oh,
if someone just interestedly hears, one bit, it's like, all right, okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, Hoji would he's starting to get up. He would turn and he would see a pigeon walk in.
There is a slight, little bit of relief on his face as he go to it.
Yeah, he sees it's something of he's not seen this pigeon before,
Yeah.
and it's he holds us and he sees this pigeon immediately take off and land. So it's a very well trained pigeon.
Understood. This is definitely probably one of the pigeons from my boy, probably. Because he did actually
Hopefully.
have his own personal pigeons, if I remember right. So, yeah.
You would also then so he would see as he would open the letter.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to be honest. A tone change might be happening, so you might want to switch it to far route.
Understood.
Small tone change, unfortunately.
I got stuff going. Go for it.
Yeah. So what he was like, to a dear Mr. Enma,
Mm-hmm.
I do not know you, and you do not know me, but I do wish to make an acquaintance with you. I, however, have to be the messenger and letting you know that unfortunately, your clerk is dead. A brick killed him as it came through through the window of your bookstore during a riot. Myself and my associates put down some of the riots and helped reorder things. We have fixed up your bookstore as best we could. We didn't know how it originally looked, but we did what we could. I am also on my way towards wherever my pigeon has landed, as I do have a small tracking device on its ankle, gift to me by an artificer. If you could keep this pigeon in close proximity, that would be the best.
All
I
right.
do hope to make a good acquaintance with you, as I am one of the co-founders to the Ravenwell Mercenary Corps. Signed, Mr. Copper. Now, he would have known about this mercenary corps, as it is a pretty big mercenary corps in the forest region, but they have basically ties everywhere. They were almost as strong as the bounty corps.
Yeah.
So this is a pretty big, it's okay, so yeah, that's why he's reaching out, because he's like, this is fair, I need to deal with this. But he
Yeah.
probably had to snoop around a bit inside of your building to figure out all the information to
Understood.
send you a letter.
Understood.
So,
Yeah.
yes.
He would probably crumple that letter, grab the pigeon, and walk out.
Fair.
Um,
The pigeon is calmly in his grip, I probably won't die.
yeah, he just yeah, it's that thing he won't hurt the pigeon, but he's definitely going out to. Is there a small area with a bit of forested area that he can go to
Yeah.
that won't be outside with the fucking demons?
The fucking demons.
Yeah.
There is a training area that the guards use.
Yeah, he would head to that area.
Let me see if anyone follows up. God, where are you? Okay. That's fair. Okay, so he would head there. He's being tailed by one person.
Understood.
He would be able to see them as they are not stealthing.
Understood.
It's Zora. She's wandering after him.
That's fair.
Because she's like, that's not normal.
Yeah. Yeah, no. He would basically just go to the training area and he would just start fucking clobbering the,
I want to mention the pigeon just lands on his shoulder and
Yeah.
calmly sits there while he's beating the shit out of this training dummy.
Yeah, no, like, he would, like, to give you the idea of, like, the type of anger he's feeling right now. He has cast Adding's Furious Fist, and he is combining it with fucking Witch's Bolt, holding the concentration.
Oh my fucking god.
And every single time he strikes, he's contacting with shatter, so it is a thunderous, sudden, loud ringing noise on each contact.
The bird removing itself from the AoE area to exist over here.
Fair. It is, he does not take a moment. It is as soon as he gets to that dummy, he would ignite his right hand and just fuck!
Yeah, that's fair.
He is not saying much. It's like he may have drank that like, you know, that bit of liquor. It's not doing it. It's not doing it. I'm sorry.
It's not doing shit, man.
Yeah. Yeah, he would do that for a good hour.
Yeah. I want to mention that pigeon is like, oh, yeah, this is normal.
Yeah.
This is. Yeah. Also, it is definitely that pigeon is one of his buddy's pigeons, so the pigeon does actually know Hoji.
Fair. Yeah.
So it's that thing of this pigeon's like, that's not normal, but also it's fair. I am also depressed.
Oh man. Yeah, no, he is. I don't know how many damn dummies he destroys, or if he doesn't even destroy that one, but he's doing that for an hour straight. Like, he's not taking any breaks. It is.
Yeah, so.
Yeah.
Adding's Furious Fist goes out after that first minute, and so does the fucking, everything else.
Yeah, but he's still fucking clobbering it.
Yeah, no, he eventually breaks that one dummy at the very end. Like, his last punch breaks it.
Yeah.
As he fucking throws a haymaker and breaks it, like, it gets fucking spine breaks as, like, its whole thing falls over.
Yeah. He would probably just after that I don't know if it's like an outside or an inside type of training area.
It's outside in the open air, but it is inside the walls.
Gotcha. Yeah, so he would just probably like what's the type of scenery? Is it like any like fencing, or is there like...
So what there is that there's like a wood fence that surrounds it so that civilians don't walk into it and get, you know, decapitated by the fucking sentinel that's training or something. Yeah. Like, so. Yeah. So there's a wooden fence that like surrounds it, and there's like 6 dummies, and then there's like 4 like archery platforms. Yeah. And then there's like one anti-magic, like one magic-proof dummy for like mages to practice on. Gotcha.
Yeah, he would just kind of sit and lean back against the wooden fence.
Sora would sit cross-legged next to him and not say a word.
That is fair.
She's just there for like emotional support in the fact that she's actually there.
Fair. It is that thing of like, she would not be able to see his eyes, nothing. His hair is fully just covering that. Just like looking down at the dirt.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, no, he would sit there for like a good 15 or 30 minutes, just cooling off.
Yeah, that is incredibly valid, as he has received some pretty bad news.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
So,
would, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, he would just kind of look to her and just go, "Thank you,"
Mm-hmm.
and he would just get up and he's gonna head back to his room.
She would offer to exist with, just as like a, in case he wants to talk, or she can wander off. She'd kind of leave that up to him.
He's fine with it.
Okay, so she'll wander along with him, just as like an emotional support being. She's there. He doesn't need to say a word, but she's there.
Yeah.
She's
fair.
trying.
She's trying. It's appreciated. He probably will open up, but yeah, it's there. He's got to process that information first.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
Yeah.
So, I don't know if you want it. So I'm assuming he's definitely going to be happy he has to work the next 2 days.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, he's got a lot of steam to blow off.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he'd within that day, first he would just go straight away to contacting Mara.
Okay.
Once he gets to his room.
Yeah. So he would get basically almost immediately pulled into Mara with
Yeah.
Mara's domain, which Mara's domain has like a kind of comforting darkness instead
Yeah.
of the just all-consuming darkness of the
Yeah.
world right now.
Yeah.
So she does her main thing with secrecy is she tries to calm people's nerves because she knows that if people are enraged, they often spout things they're not supposed to.
Fair.
So she does have like a kind of calming presence, but it doesn't work on everyone. So if he's still livid, that's fair.
Yeah. I mean, it's the thing, like, he's normally pretty good about not blabbing his mouth off, even when he is angry.
Yeah.
Because he's normally already kind of angry, so he's kind of learned to control that to a good degree. But, it's still very easily it's still very easily acknowledgeable that he's still pretty damn angry.
Yep.
Yeah, he would just look to her and go, "Mara, I have a question.
Yes, I might have an answer.
Apologies for barging in. You knew my friend, Lacis, right? He was my clerk, my main accountant. Knew him for a good while.
Yes, I did know of him. He wasn't a follower of mine, but he had at least called out to me once.
He's dead. Do you know
Oh.
what happened to him?
I do, actually.
Did he reincarnate?
Let's see. She would look back to see, kind of like one of those, like she has to do a double check because it's one of those weird, like, while he may not have been a follower because he was a good friend of a follower, she did kind of care about him and his existence.
That's fair.
It's like, all right, you're not bad, so I will acknowledge you. Right, so she was like, well, he's not a shade, a demon, or a devil at least.
Okay.
No, that's so one good thing for him.
Yeah.
From what she could piece together, he was offered the land of peace,
Yeah.
and he did end up taking it because he was, at the end of the day, he was a good person.
Yeah.
So he was given peace, like, properly. Exol
Okay.
even gave it to him. So yeah, he did get sent into the realm of peace, even though it's that weird thing of it's like, well, it's being controlled by Cyrus, so it might not be as peaceful as Evelyn would have liked, but Cyrus is trying.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
No problem. Apologies for his death, but it's nothing we can do about that.
Yeah. I was hoping the ones that weren't in the line of fire wouldn't be the ones dying, but...
From what I saw of that riot in North Pass, it was a far more violent riot than most people not
White Ridge.
Bright Ridge. There's North Pass lost a lot of more people, but White Ridge lost about 2,000 people. About 2,000 people were killed.
Yeah.
And many more injured.
Do you know if... I hate to keep barging, but... Do you know if Wrath is still alive?
Wrath, your little mossback?
Yes.
In fact, yes. As far as I'm aware, that Mr. Copper, I think is what the name on that letter said. I didn't know his name, but I saw it.
Yeah.
He has picked up Wrath and is bringing him to you.
Thank you.
As far as from what I'd seen from his perspective, it wasn't right to leave a defenseless creature in an undefended library. Though temporarily, Mr. Copper has left one of his associates there to act as a clerk. At least for the library, for the bookstore itself.
Understood. I appreciate it.
And they will try and do the finances for your business, but it is at the end of the day a mercenary. They will try.
I understand.
I think he left one of his more intelligent associates.
Well, I'll find a replacement soon enough, but nobody can replace Lacis.
No. I can, if you would like, I can send one of my more skilled at money rogues.
I'd appreciate that. Mean a lot.
I'll have him sent. I'll have him sent over there immediately. As in, right now.
I appreciate it.
Fucking some poor bastard just gets yeeted from the fucking dimension. She will inform him of his new assignment after she's done with OG.
Fair. He would thank her for her time and depth.
Yeah, so she has gone out of her way as... Hoji is not like a favorite of hers,
Yeah.
but he is a favored.
Yeah.
She does actually like Hoji, so this is something that she is more than willing to do, is yoink one of her followers and say, you're doing this now.
Also, like, getting off the sad note for a split second, I have gotten a DM from Chris Crash Games, who's currently listening to the VC, and says, you should put a disclaimer at the start of the video, quote unquote, this Cosmic Tavern podcast was recorded in front of a live studio, Chris Crash. For those who don't know, the majority of the time when we do Hoji, half of the time Chris is just in the call muted.
Yeah. And it's not uncommon for my girlfriend, Anya, to be here as well.
Yeah.
But this time she is...
Hello there!
Yep, there he is. There he is. There's the man who peaked the mic.
Yeah.
Yes.
Anya is also usually listening in, but this time she's busy playing a game that she got that she absolutely loves.
Yes.
And
Oh,
I
man.
think from what I saw briefly earlier, she is on the final chapter.
Sounds about right. Sounds about right. She's only had it for 3 days, but that sounds about right. So. I don't know what she's saying, but yes, I
don't
agree.
either, 'cause she's not... Yes, I agree as well.
Yeah. So, yeah, he'd get done doing that, and he's gonna send that letter out to the desert. This is something we've not actually probably talked about, but I know he would have people from the desert that he would know. What type of people does he know from the desert? Like,
Okay, so
Yeah.
he was a... So he was a teacher, right? That's,
yes, he taught. He was a teacher there, but also the majority of his life he lived there. It wasn't until like the last 3 years of his life that he lived in the desert, in the Darad. Sorry. So
Yeah.
basically, from age, because he's 27, so from age baby to from age baby to 24, he lived in the
Yeah.
desert.
Okay, so what did he do while he was in the desert?
Also, first of all, did you close to your mic, because it seems like you got louder, but maybe that's just me.
Oh no, I did. I will change the mic.
Okay, yeah, gotcha. Yeah, because you started slightly peeking in the mic. I was like, okay, I know. But yeah, because your audio got distorted, and I was like, oh, that doesn't, why is he on an Xbox controller mic? Actually though, I mean, the majority of his life, he probably just vibed, because his parents, it's that thing, he got to have a good childhood. It wasn't until he was a teen that things went south. So,
Okay.
yeah.
So, okay. So he doesn't know any war criminals.
Yeah, he doesn't know any war crimes. It was at age 23 he was a teacher, and then he got fired, and then he moved to the Darad. But before then he did I guess technically probably work some just very normal jobs. I don't know what's normal in the desert, but just very normal background jobs to have before
Okay,
then.
yeah, no, I can see that. Okay.
Yeah.
So, let me check to see what his. Okay, yeah. So he worked probably mostly as like a clerk, unironically.
Fair.
Like as long as like backfill job is usually a clerk. It's not uncommon if someone has access to magic to use it like to bend, but usually the higher skill people use create water to use so they're not just emptying the spring that the city is built around.
Yeah.
So that's something that people use. So he probably sold create water scrolls
Fair. Fair.
and looked into history. So I will see if he knows it. Okay. Oh God. So you know that. Oh God.
Yeah.
Okay. So he did know. Like he a few of the people that would be capable people
Yeah.
from the desert to help.
Yeah.
Which he would know. I will grab, but he knows a couple people who are pretty capable at fighting.
Yeah.
He did actually manage, like, I gave him a roll, see what kind of people he knew. He did actually know one person who, so he knew this guy. I'll send this.
Yeah. Yeah, because, like, I don't know, like, I mean, you obviously know that he's a very inquisitive person, so, like, it's like, oh, he didn't meet him at a clerk. There's always a chance he just knows the dude because he just, like, wanted information.
Yeah. So he knows a pretty wide assortment of people
Yeah.
because fucking Hoji.
Yes.
I've got a few interstone beans. They'll all be sent together because these are all of Hoji's friends.
Yeah.
But he knows that all of the ones that I'm sending are definitely capable people.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, because it's one of those things where his thought process right now is he doesn't care if the mom or the brother lives, but he wants to make sure that the desert guy that the dad has a special torture. He basically just wants to get the man sent into fucking claimed system.
Okay, so that's good because he knows one person who works as a collection person.
Gotcha. So
He
the
does
other
know
names
one.
yeah.
Yeah.
The other names I can get later then, but like that's the one I kind of need right now, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's that thing of like, I know that's like, it's like, morality check, that's kind of fucked. Yes. But if you've done the sort of thing that you've done to someone like that, like you've left those type of scars on someone, I'm sorry, you kind of deserve that shit.
That a fucking Oni couldn't fix.
Yeah, like, no, at that point you're asking to have something horrible done to you, and he's gonna make sure that he pays for fucking hell and back.
So these are two of his friends that Hoji has, and this is the one that's a slaver. Like, that's kind of what they're called. That's what he would call him.
Yeah, the one on the right or the left?
Oh, no, neither of them. I'm about to give you the one that's a slaver. Those are two of his friends. He has a Knoll buddy and a Leonin buddy.
Yeah, the Leonin is like sketchy as hell. He's definitely like a drug dealer. Like the shaded red like drug glasses that are circle with like the golden frames. Like earrings that are like purple that dangle off of them. The Leonin has like this like brownish, but like a golden brownish type of like fur color, but the mane is like a dark brown, like a like blue, like a desert, like, you know, like how desert, like the very like common desert clothing, you have like that scarf thing that kind of goes around to keep from sunburn, stuff like that. That bit is blue, but the rest of like the like, well, like not kimono, but technically it's just that very, I really don't know what you call it, robe, I guess a desert robe, it's red, like a almost like a crimson red almost, with some like golden design going on it. And the knoll is just like a grayish knoll, with essentially iron gauntlets that go from the entire arm down, and iron spiked paddings that go across the chest and onto the shoulders. Yeah, just a lot of, it's like a white knoll with a lot of iron armor, which has got to be hot in the desert, but fair enough. Oh, yeah, no, we're looking at a desert monk. Black robe, black mask, like, he's wearing full black, like, trench coat type of, like, hood over him, mask on, you don't see his face, with a stone quarterstaff.
Yep. He is a
yeah.
collection monk.
Yep. I've ran into one of these dudes before. It's not fun, but he does know a collection monk, quote unquote, known as Leosha.
Yeah,
So-
this guy's job is to collect claims that have gotten out.
Yes. So he'd be sending
Yeah.
a letter out to him already because honestly, by the time this darkness is over, hopefully by then it should be reached and hopefully he can start making his way over. But he's
Yeah.
gonna be sending that out to Leosha, just letting him know, hey, I've got a job for you.
Oh,
I have someone
hey.
that can get you a pretty penny.
Oh, God.
He'll sell
Yeah,
real
he's-
high on the market.
Yeah, he's interested. Because it's that weird thing of Lyosha is probably the one with the worst morals out of Hoji's friends.
Yeah.
But one of the traits that he does like is he will do anything for his friends
Yeah.
when it comes to it. So it's like yes, he is a collection person.
Yeah.
Meaning he's fine with it.
Yep.
However, if you are his buddy, he will never collect you.
Yep. Yeah, you just let him know, like, hey, this is what this noble did. I want him gone. I want him to go through hell. You make money, and I get the benefit of temporary happiness for 5 minutes.
Oh, yeah, no, he'll definitely do it just so you get to smile.
Oh god, that's sad.
That's the
but-
o-
yeah.
No, literally, it's like he'll do anything for his friends. If he
Yep.
heard that it'll make you smile, so that's good enough for him.
Yep. Yeah.
Also, there you go. Here are their names. Here's the other
Alright.
people.
Gotcha. So we have Nurk Rotdent, the Null, and Zogmer Boldream, the Leonin. Awesome.
Yeah. He could
yeah.
probably also Ziomner also like he markets out claimed papers.
Ah.
That's also one of his jobs.
So if Leosha really wants to, then he and Zomber can like show up. And if they want to give the Null a little happy fun time, because that man looks like a person that would just do this for the fun of it, they can bring Nurk
No.
around too.
Yeah, they might. They probably will. Nurk knows both of these fuckers.
Yeah.
He works with Lyosha.
Yeah. No. So this is probably going to be the team that shows up just for the dad.
Uh-huh. They look at the other two and they're like, we'll be back for you fuckers. Leaves.
Yep.
The fucking Knoll just like gripping, picking up both of them with ease and goes, you speak, you die. Chucks them.
Yep. It's like if we get there before that team does, then I will
Mhm.
probably just with my team just knock the dad out and kind of just secretly kidnap the dude and find a spot for them to find him. Give them the cords. Otherwise, God, this is so fucked. But it's honestly a pretty fair
Otherwise,
response.
The
They can-
entire building's getting burned down.
Yep. And it can
Oh,
all be
God.
blamed on the current and riots that have been going on. Oh well. So yeah, Hoji, we just looked at Zora and go,
Hmm.
Zora,
Hmm.
sending out the letter
Okay.
tomorrow. Stop by and get some disguises.
Okay.
Whenever
Smiles.
the darkness lets up, the mission begins.
Yay. Fucking yay. Yeah. So the next 2 days would go by pretty much uneventfully as he gets to work.
Yeah, he's gonna be trying to learn Primordial for the next 2 days.
So he gets to roll 3 d12s to see
Yeah.
how his fucking primordial goes.
Okay, 7, 4, and 3. So that's 14 in total.
Yeah, at this point, he's now just trying to master the pronunciation of the words.
Yeah, 119 out of 136. Almost got it.
Yep. At this point, it's the thing if he can speak the language, it's like there's a slight stuttering whenever he speaks it.
Yeah.
Because he's like, I want to say this right.
Yeah. Yeah.
He calls someone a bitch instead of saying they look nice.
So, sounds about right. It's like he's trying to talk with Varbuck. He calls him a fucking asshole without meaning to.
Warbuck just scares at him like, I mean, that's true, but damn.
Yeah, those next 2 days, it's just him just kind of just waiting and just learning from Varbuck.
Yeah. So that would be day 6 of darkness.
Yeah, he would have, by the way, within these 2 days, let Alania and Varbuck know, hey, this is a thing. This has happened. The guy we
Yay.
knew is kind of dead.
Oh, that. Oh, I thought they were talking about the murder thing. Yeah, no. You
Yeah.
just get, like, Alania's like, oh.
Yeah.
And Varbuck just gets this look of, I'm going to kill someone.
Yep.
Varbuck wanders off to go shank a dummy for an hour.
Yeah, I feel you, man. I feel you. Also,
She shanks the same dummy that you broke.
yeah, also, we gotta go out of our way to actually get, like, some disguises, so if we do get noticed during the noble thing, it won't be a problem.
Yeah.
So,
Yes. Disguise kit.
yeah, like, the other two can, like, go around their own disguise. It's like, yes, there's disguise kits, but there's still the fact that for a disguise kit to work, you do have to actually have disguises.
A disguise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, because, like, I have disguise kits, right? I'm pretty sure I do. If not, then I know I have thieves tool. My bad. I mean, honestly, the rogue probably does. Varbuck probably does. I'd be surprised if he didn't. But
I know Zora does.
yeah, I know. Yeah, because it's her because of her background. So yeah, no, yeah. So he and Zora will just go get a disguise, and he just let Varbuck and Alania know, like, hey, whenever you get time, go get yourself a disguise for the next mission coming up.
Varbuck kind of blinks and is like, I don't know if I can wear a disguise. I don't...
Just get get a different robe than what you normally wear or something. You just need to not stand out, buddy.
Okay, so he's gonna get like a bright purple robe.
Yeah.
He's gonna get a noble robe
Yeah.
and pretend to be a noble.
Yeah. Yeah,
Oh, God.
between that, Alania, and Hoji would just get a completely different fit. I'm gonna be honest. So, like, what would Zora do? Because this probably like would slightly depict on how he might go about the disguise.
Zora is getting a pretty well covering disguise, so
Okay.
essentially nothing can show.
Fair enough.
So for once in her life, she's fully covering her body.
Damn. Because the more reason why I asked that is like, okay, if she tries to dress and pretend to be like a noble, because that's kind of what Varbuck has done. Hoji
She'll
would,
probably,
yeah.
she would probably have that as well.
Okay.
As well as like she'd get both, just depending. It's the thing of like Varbuck has got the noble thing, but he's got his pitch black robe underneath it, so he can just ditch the the noble cloak.
Gotcha.
If shit goes to south and he's gotta go hide.
Yeah. Fair.
So the plan is pretend to be nobles,
Gotcha.
and if that doesn't go right, hell's bells, kill them all, and then bail.
Yeah. Because my man doesn't really has like way bigger weapons, and he can't really hide his weapons that well because he has a spear.
Bodyguard.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. He's just gonna pretend to be a bouncer for Zora.
Okay.
Like a guard basically. So he's just gonna, it's just like a flat out just like tie type of, like suit and tie
God,
type
so
of deal.
This
Like,
is the idea that
yeah.
Alania puts forward, because Alania kind of wanders with them.
Yeah.
I don't know. This is something that like Zora kind of comes up with it, and Alania kind of comes. They both get this idea.
Okay.
It's like that shared one brain cell type instance.
Yeah. What's the idea?
Okay, so the idea is, Zora's like, okay, well this might work.
Yeah.
We can pretend that your favorite little Anglarian
Yeah.
is a noble from the Northern Sea.
That would work.
and I'm his queen or whatever.
Yeah, hold on, wait. Let me close my door so that way the recording doesn't get interrupted. Hold on. Also, so she doesn't have to hear me talking the whole time. Yeah, I was recording right now, so that's why. Yeah. I'm still recording, that's why I'm doing that. Yeah. Alright. How's work though? Yeah, that's fair. Alright, welcome back up.
That is her exact wording or whatever. That's her exact wording.
Just like, okay, yeah, so, what's like, you just look at Varbuck and just go, Varbuck, what do people who are not fish wear around that area? Because that's something we would know to know then.
He, Varbuck, is like, oh boy, here we go. And he just fucking, he starts picking out like bodyguard outfits for you.
Yeah.
You and Alania.
Yeah, so what am like, I guess like we'll probably, it might be easier for us to later on just like try and get an idea. You can like, I don't know.
So the outfit that you're wearing, that Hoji would be wearing,
Yeah.
is essentially he's got a like full. It's essentially he's got a full body, like his like almost like it's almost kind of like a wetsuit that's like underneath the robe that he's wearing.
Yeah.
Because in the Anglirian thing is, if you're not a fish, you need that so you don't fucking freeze.
Fair.
While he's doing that, he has cold resistance.
I found some, also that is good to know. But also I found some, like, outfits that might be used for something like this. I'll send to you DMs and you can just let me know if maybe that's something that is kind of in that lining. But these are, like, undersea type of styled stuff, so.
Yes.
Yes, just let me know what
Yes.
Varbuck would just grab it. I also found, like, 4 more, so, yeah.
Yeah, so the thing that Alania would probably be wearing the second one on the top. Not
Okay.
Alania, Zora.
Gotcha.
That's kind of what she's wearing, and then she's got underneath that a like her wetsuit type thing, and then but she's got a robe underneath it so she can pull up a hood and disappear if necessary.
Yeah. So the outfit that she has, like, over all that is just, like, basically a bluish, like a starry, like, ocean, like dark blue type of, like, robe that has, like, these, like, golden, these, like, golden shoulder padding bits, like, they kind of, like, stick outwards. It's all blues that's, like, used within it. And it's, like, different gradients of blues that would blend with the ocean pretty well. And some, like, golden, like, gauntlets that kind of, like, it's not fighting gauntlets, it's, like, a way more decorative, like, type of gauntlets, as well as, like, a choker, and there's, like, 2 golden, like, necklaces kind of deal.
Yeah. So the one Varbuck would pick out for Hoji is the third one on the bottom. That's kind of what he would be wearing as a guard.
Fair enough. So we're looking at a light blue shirt that kind of is like a shirt robe, more on the fact of, like, it starts off as a shirt, right? But like the back end of it goes all the way down to, like, the ankles basically. It starts off light blue, and then as it goes down further it gets darker, kind of like with the ocean. Wow, surprising. I know, crazy. Wow. And then on the front bit it goes like, it's, I don't know how to put this. It's like the side bits just stop where a shirt normally would stop, but then the front bit just kind of like goes halfway up to, like, the knee basically, and then stops. And then around the edgings of where the shirt stops on every bit, there's like a golden, like, edging, like a golden lacing that goes around, on the edge of the entire shirt, as well as around the edges of the sleeves and the collar basically.
Yeah.
It's kind of like short sleeved, by the way. And a similar gauntlet thing is going on with this one. That's going on with the
Alania
previous
would
one.
have the first one.
Okay. That's fair.
On the second one. The first one on the second.
Yeah,
so like essentially the same outfit, but purple.
Yeah, that's really what it is. So the same outfit is what Hoji basically has, but just purple. It's just got a little bit more, like, golden decor going on the sleeve bit. Yeah. It's slightly more poofy. That's the other thing. Like, it's slightly more on the baggy side, whereas his kind of grips him a little bit more.
Yeah. However, for Varbuck will be wearing essentially the fourth one on the second row, just the robe essentially.
Yeah, I gotcha. Yeah, so it's really just like a dark blue robe with like the pants, with like those skin tight pants basically. Except he wouldn't need pants
Yeah.
because he doesn't need, because he's not a human. It's got like the golden decor that kind of like acts like a crown almost.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. I should also,
And then
yeah,
I'm writing all this down, by the way.
fair enough.
And then we have
Oh man,
there we go.
sounds like we at least have a plan.
Yes, that was the outfits that is chosen out
Yes.
as you've got the 2 bodyguards and then the noble and Galerian. Yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
We can bullshit this. This is from the north.
Yeah, man.
God, the Northern Empire hears about this. They're just like, you know what? I'm glad they died. The North, out of any country, does not give a fuck.
Yeah.
So that is on day 7 of the sun being out that this all happens.
Yeah.
The 6th day of being in town.
Yep.
As that day, actually, Hoji would be heading back, and he would see Vuk walking around inside the Durla Tavern, sneakily.
Okay.
But it's one of those, like, Vuk is very clearly looking around, like, where the fuck? He sees you walk, he's like, oh, there you are.
Yeah. Like, Vuk, what's up?
Yes.
What do you need?
Well, I have offer for you.
An offer?
Yes. Offer to go see Allseer.
That would be highly appreciated. It would be an honor.
I have done enough string pulling to get this to happen. It's almost like Fuck is completely honest. He has had to pull strings and talk to people, but he's managed to get a meeting between you and the Allseer that lives underneath the capital of the Darid dynasty.
Yeah, that would be good.
Yeah, he's like, travel there by underground, much faster than on land.
Understood. Are we heading now?
Not yet, still getting everything ready. Be ready to leave in about 2 or 3 days.
Understood.
We'll be leaving most of my Skaven here. We'll be traveling with you. Vuk will be traveling with you.
Understood.
Yeah, so Vuk is essentially letting you know that he is leaving essentially all of his Skaven here. He set one of the like the high guard dudes as he's the guy in charge temporarily.
Yep.
As Vuk will be taking you down to that Skaven leader, and Vuk makes it pretty. He's like, and Vuk would recommend sticking near Vuk while we are there, unless you want to lose your life.
Understood. I will stay here.
It's like, look, you might be a mediator, but the other Skaven don't know that yet.
Yeah.
And they will shoot you on sight.
Understood.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying not to fight, so I'm trying not to fight Skaven, so
No, you really don't want to.
Yeah, I don't feel like it. Just I don't feel like it.
No. Skaven are a bitch to fight.
Yeah, they are.
Have
but-
you fought any?
I have a few times
Oh god. Yeah.
in past campaigns. I have.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you fought the running ones.
Yeah, it was a 3v1 and I won.
Yeah, because they ran.
Yeah, that's their fault. They turned their back to the enemy. Meanwhile, I launched a
They're
spear.
cowardly.
Meanwhile, I set a spear into their leg, pinning them to the ground.
And you also chucked a hand axe.
Yeah. And I think I also fought one other time, but I don't remember what campaign that was. But oh yeah, the assassination campaign way back when. But though I didn't really fight them, it was really just one of the other assassins in that party of the campaign. I don't want to call them out. Randomly decided to shoot an arrow into their leg. They were just trying to go home. I don't want to call someone out, so I'm not gonna.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
Yeah.
the Skaven was running, and they were like, no, get back here.
Yeah. All right, but yes, yeah, he'll be prepared for that. He'll be prepared for that. He will let him know he's also waiting for a person that's supposed to be coming, with the whole pigeon thing. But worst scenario, if they don't get here before the whole Skaven meeting shows, then he'll just leave the pigeon there at the tavern, and the guy will just have to meet up with his second in command, which is basically Alania. So.
Yeah, Vuck is also saying that a Hoji can bring the others.
Okay.
He can bring everyone.
Should.
He could probably tell the captain of the guard just to send the Wrath to him. Like, or just hold on to Wrath temporarily. Captain of the guard wouldn't be against it. He'd be like, sure.
Yeah.
If you're not here, I will.
That is fair. Yeah, that would work.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So, then another day would go by.
Mm-hmm.
As,
Primordial.
more primordial.
4.
God, please.
Just want to learn it so I can start learning my other languages. I'm sick of this.
Varbuck's a good teacher. You get to roll another d12.
Yay!
As he helps you with your pronunciation.
2!
He helps you, maybe? Yes, he helps you with your pronunciation more.
Awesome, so I roll another. Great. I'm almost there.
Yeah.
5. 6 away.
Varbuck, okay, this one's actually a hard check for Varbuck. This is... Holy shit, he got it.
Yay! 3, you fuck. Guys, fuck you. I am 3 away.
I'm giving it to you.
Thank you. I was getting so sick of it. I was like, I'm right there. I'm right there. Dice, I am right there. Get a good roll.
Wow, suddenly that 12, that's 3 is a 6.
Oh, it's crazy.
Yeah, no, suddenly that 3 was an 11 because that's right next, so just... That's crazy, man.
Yeah. Oh, God, that's crazy, man.
Thank God you can now learn a different language.
Yeah, because I have like 2 books in
Dude.
my inventory. That's why I've been trying to blast through it, but I had to learn it because Wrath eventually can only be like tamed and told what to do through Primordial. So I'm like, I gotta learn this. I have to learn this.
Alright, so what book do you start on?
I'll start on Book of Infernal is more like useful, I think, in the long run. So Book of Infernal probably.
Okay. Infernal's not a super hard language to learn,
Yeah.
because it's a kind of a common language, so it only requires like an 83.
Fair.
But because you got a book, you can roll 3d6s for each day that you learn it.
Okay. 2, 6, and 6. So 14 in total.
Nice.
So 14 out of how much?
83.
83. Infernal. Oh boy. Yay.
Also, Zora knows Infernal, so she can help teach you if you want.
Yeah. These aren't
Also,
just sitting in
this
the tavern just reading. Like, okay. Okay. How do I say this?
She says it.
Gotcha. Somehow ends up saying something completely different that is insultive.
He says something, she's like, no,
Did I say it wrong?
don't say that at a tiefling.
What did I
Don't
say?
say that at a tiefling.
What did I say? What did I do?
You said nice ass.
Yeah, no, he just fucking covers his head, his entire head in his hand. It's just.
So most of she, like, he saw her go, don't say that at people.
Yeah.
Unless you're being genuine, don't say that at people.
Yeah, he would just look here and go, I think, if I understand cultures correctly, the only race I should even be saying that to is the Durals.
Probably. Most tieflings won't care. They'll take it as a compliment. But, just don't say that at an Oni. They might get angry.
I don't plan to say that in general, but understood.
Yeah. She's like, it's the most just like I'm helpful type
Yeah.
of smile.
Yeah, he
that
appreciates
someone
it.
gets when they know they're being helpful.
Yeah. So as of now, Hoji knows
Yes.
Common, Deep Speech, Dwarvish, Ekin, Elvish, Ignan, Primordial, and Uncommon.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So it also makes
Cool,
sense
man.
for him to be like, ah, God, another language. Here we go.
Yeah. So I will get, and then there would be, so on the 9th day,
Yeah.
he would hear a humming of of a boat
Okay.
kind of come overhead, as people would start. Like, you can definitely hear like people outside are like kind of going like, "What the fuck is that?" Because it like boats flying overhead is normal, but it hasn't happened for 9 days. So people are like, "Wait, what? There's people are still flying? What?"
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
And so I will grab yes. So he would see a boat land,
Mhm.
and he would see a group of about 4 people wander off. Three of them are kind of walking around one of the guys who is walking with a cane.
Understood.
He is like a very elderly man. He's got like white hair, and so I will send the images in chat.
Yes. Okay.
So I will say this: the image is kind of inaccurate. But
Yeah.
this is like the best image I could find for the clothing and the cane he's wearing, or the cane he's holding.
Understood.
So this is the guy who's walking. He's got white hair and like nice
Yeah.
hair.
Yeah. Does it still have the sideburns, or is that gone?
No, it's not there.
Okay, gotcha. So just some barely any hair, but the hair is there, but it's white with a top hat, a black like trench coat. Probably meant for like definitely like colder weather. So he's probably from like Dwarven. It's definitely like a heavier type of trench coat. You know what I mean? Like there's the stylistic trench coats, and then there's the ones that are actually meant to keep you warm. He's got one of those. So he's got the way heavier
But
one.
it's still stylish.
Yeah, it still looks good, but it's just like it actually keeps him warm.
Yeah, so it's more for functionality.
Yeah. Then he has like a kind of like a bronzish, goldish type of like colored vest, and then a red shirt under that with a pop collar. He's got so many damn shirts. So he's got the vest, but then he's got like a red shirt that also has a like white shirt with a popped collar underneath it.
Look, man, he's old. He gets cold.
It's fair, man. I think it's. I think
From what
he
you
just
can tell,
couldn't
this
pick
is
what he
like-
wanted to wear.
Oh my god.
Fair enough. I know that. But like
He's
definitely
being
like,
a dick.
dress pants, like black dress pants, and then black shoes. The other guy, I don't know if the next guy under him is the guy that's walking with him, but this is the guy with a black hooded robe,
Yeah.
white mask.
All
that probably
3 of these people are walking with him.
Gotcha.
All 3 of them are walking with him.
Yeah. But you said the majority of them separate, but there's like one guy that stuck around him, from what I understand. That's why.
So
that's
no,
more
so
why I
here's
said that.
so
Oh.
no, so the 3 of them are walking around him
Gotcha.
in like a
Understood.
triangle around him.
Gotcha. That makes more sense. Okay. So this one was wearing a like black cloak that has like the hood over, a white mask that kind of resembles that of like a longhorn skull. Honestly, is the best way to put it. He does have like a brownish fur that goes over like the cloak bit on the like shoulders. I think those are either knives or bullets strapped to his chest on like a like probably knives. That are like strapped to his like,
Knives.
chest.
Those are knives. They're like
Yeah.
throwing knives.
God, it's like it's either throwing knives or those are some damn long bullets. I mean, this man's probably a sniper or something. But then he has like two...
Man, dual wielding swords as a sniper.
Listen, man, if someone gets so close, you gotta have a backup weapon.
Yeah.
But he's just wearing
Oh,
all
God.
black, basically. Then the other guy, not as like, oh, I'm the dark, I'm the night, I'm Batman. The, like slicked back, brown hair, like no, slicked to the side, brown hair. Like we're talking like 70s, like guy runs like 70s, like movies type of like he's in Western days. He's a bartender with the slick to the side type of like brown hair. With like you can see like the receding what's the thing where the hair grows from it, like the line, like where all the hair grows, not hairline, that thing.
I know what you're
Yeah.
talking about.
Someone
I
comments
I
mentioned
know what
it
you're
to me.
talking about.
Yeah.
I don't know what it's called.
Bushy brown beard, but it is well trimmed at the end of the day. It's not like hanging down or anything. It's just a well trimmed like early morning like shave type of thing. Very furrowed brown eyebrows. Kind of a slender yet slightly muscular type of body structure. I didn't mention the other two because they are basically just walking rectangles. But like a white undershirt that is like underneath a like grayish vest. These are probably the mercenaries, I'm guessing, but they have like this guy has like the like iron like bracers on both arms, black like fingerless glove on his left hand, has a sword strapped to his hip, a tattered red like robe that's connected to his like right side of his hip on the opposite side, basically with a sword, baggy brown pants and brown boots that go like up to his knee. And then the fourth one kind of be similar, the fourth person being similar to the person that was second. Just a pure black cloak. You can't even see their face. Like, at least although you can see their mask, you can't even see this person's face. They're just wearing all black, just robe. So yeah.
Yeah.
Ish.
Yeah. So the guy who's actually wearing like seeable clothing is up front.
Yeah, that's fitting. That's fitting.
Yeah. They would be. You'd see him like check a like. It kind of looks like a pocket watch,
Yeah.
but it's. You see him like looking, like look up towards Hoji, and then kind of motion towards Hoji, like I think that's our guy.
Yeah. Yeah. He'd walk towards them.
Yeah. He would see the guy in like the white, like the more seeable clothing, the white shirt, like giving bow like greetings, and kind of
Yeah.
step to the side as he would let the man with a cane speak to Hoji.
Fair enough.
As it's one of those very things like these guys are probably the guy that protects this dude because he's an older man. So
Yeah.
yes. As
Sure.
he'd go, I assume you are Mr. Inman.
Indeed.
Pleasure to finally make your acquaintance. I'm going to be honest, I was looking for you anyways, as I wanted to make your acquaintance even before I needed to.
Well, it's good to meet you either way. I'd heard about your people. Mr. Copper.
Yes. Name's Mr. Copper. Yes.
Yes.
Pleasure to meet you, Mr.
You see,
Inman.
I've done a little bit of
As,
intel myself.
That's good to hear. He was like, well, this, I guess, for proper introductions, he would point over at the cloaked figure who it's pretty here that you can see, like, darker hair that comes out.
Yeah.
And Hoji can see she is keeping her head angled down. He goes, that is my associate, Miss Irene. She is a vampire, so don't mind her not making eye contact with you.
Completely understandable.
We employ all types of people.
That's good to hear. We ourselves have a werewolf in our ranks, so it's good to see that.
That's good to hear. He would point towards the man who's like, this is Mr. Allnuff. He is the more sociable of the three of my associates.
I can understand so. Would imagine the vampire
Mr.
would be making
Allnuff
much
gives like a...
talk.
Mr. Allnuff gives a smile and a nod, like, yeah, no, I do most of the talking.
Yep. That checks out.
As you go, and that bird face over there. As he
Yeah.
goes, that is Mr. Sinclair.
Good to meet you, Mr. Sinclair.
Mr. Sinclair gives a nod. It's like a greetings.
Fair. You just go, well, I think it's only
As
fair
a-
that I introduce you to my people. And
Fair enough.
I mean, how close is Varbuck? Because that counts whether or not that hive mind's gonna work.
Varbuck, they are okay. Varbuck, where are you? So Hoji like walked out of the tavern and saw these guys.
Yeah.
So Varbuck and everyone else is still inside the tavern.
Yeah.
So he can still connect to Varbuck specifically.
Yeah. So with the hive mind, does he see Zora as a friend?
Let me see. I'm giving this best 2 out of 3.
He hasn't talked much with Zora, so I honestly understand if not.
He does because he's seen her be good friends with Hoji, which if you become friends with Hoji, Varbuck is willing to be your friend.
Yeah.
Which the main part is his willingness.
Understood. Yeah, so
Yeah,
here,
he does see her as an ally.
so they'd all get free through the hive mind due to how it works. They would just hear them. They would just hear, "Come outside. I have someone you need to meet."
They all wander outside diligently.
Yeah. So they'd walk out. He'd just go, "This is Mr. Varbuck,
Varbuck nods.
resident Anglerian. We also have our monk with a gun, Alania."
Hi.
And our newest recruit, but from what I've seen, she's very well capable, Miss Zora.
Zora would give a nod. And Mr. Copper would tip his hat to all three of them,
Yes.
as Mr. Sinclair and the rest of them all kind of nod at them like, good to meet y'all. Mr. Copper was like, well, I do believe as well. Where is that little thing? Oh boy.
You mean
Oh, there
Wraith.
you are. He would see Wraith fly off of the boat and fly over.
He put out his arm for it to perch.
Wraith would like wrap around your arm and then hang upside down.
Yeah.
Like, I'm here.
Yeah. Oh man.
It's like a bat, but so much bigger.
Yeah. For those who don't remember what Wraith, the moth spineback pet I have, looks like, think of like a butterfly's wings, right? Except this thing at adult height could get to be like, was it 12 feet long and like wide or something like that?
It was big.
Yeah. So here's the thing: the bottom bit of like their underbellies basically have this like beautiful like butterfly look. So like from above, all you would see is like, it's a like, I'm trying to think what the butterfly is called, but it has like these two tassels, one from each wing, that fall behind it. I think it's called a swallowtail butterfly, if I remember right. I could be wrong. But it's got this very gorgeous, like, bright blue that kind of changes to darker when it gets closer to the body. And then, like, a very, like, galactic blue for, like, the underbelly of the actual, like thing. And then the ridges of the wings are, like, surrounded by this black lining. And then the head is just a skull, though, which is kind of like it's like, if you don't see the head, it's like, oh, that's just a big butterfly. And then you see the skull look down at you. You're like, oh! But then the was scary about the moth spineback. Not only does it get humongous, but the back end of it can curl up in a ball like an armadillo, because the back end of it is covered in this green hard shell that is covered in spikes. So their whole thing is they fly really high up for a turn, and then their next turn they dive down in a ball.
So you now have...
Yeah.
Yeah, you can now reload your page as Wraith has now joined you as a beast companion.
Yay, my boy Wraith. Let me see, Wraith. Wraith, who has 52 health points right as of now, 19 AC, speed of 45, but a walking of 15 because he mainly flies. Dex of 20, strength of 14, 14 con, 8 charisma, 16 wisdom, and 8 intelligence. Vulnerable to fire, but resistant to poison, acid, bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing from non-magical attacks, and immune to charmed and poisoned. Dark vision of 60 feet and passive perception of 18 with the languages of Abyssal, Primordial, Sylvan, but can't speak it. And a challenge rating of 2, but may I remind you, he is an adolescent. This is an adolescent.
This is essentially...
But it already has 52
This is the stage
health.
above baby.
Yes.
This is stage above baby.
Yeah. Yeah, so this thing can get very dangerous very quick. But yes.
Yeah. It has one attack, which is called Descent.
Yes. It is 48 plus 5 bludgeoning right now, but it will be so much worse later on.
Once it actually gets weight.
Yeah. But yes. Yeah, he would just kind of greet Wraith back in Primordial.
Wraith looks up with its skull head with just the happiest little like, I understand you.
Yeah.
Oh god. Yes,
Hell
you
yeah.
just got an instant little buff from Wraith on how much it likes you.
Yay.
So Mr. Copper was just like, well, we can sit down and talk, or we can stand and talk here. I'm good with either one.
Well, I know it isn't.
My knees
the,
are not as good as they used to be.
It isn't the most professional thing, but my associate, due to her wanting not to spend so much money, did book a errand in the Durla Tavern. If you want to speak there,
That's quite all right.
there is a bar.
I know
just look
Durla's
away
are,
from the rest.
Yeah. He was like, I know while Durlas may have a more interesting style in their livelihoods, they are quite professional people.
Indeed. However, while they may be like that, I'd rather have them doing that instead of causing chaos in the world. Because I'm going to be honest, if there's something I don't want to be fighting, it is a Durla. Quite frankly.
Mm-hmm. I agree. I have employed several Durlas and they are quite effective.
Including the older ones. The displacer shifting is
Yes.
rather terrifying to have to deal with.
I'm glad I didn't have to.
Indeed.
So yeah, Mr. Copper would walk along with you as he would head in, and he would walk. He was like, "Miss, Jana, do you have any more back room with a place we could sit and talk, so we're not speaking out and bothering any of the patrons? I'd hate to disturb people who are just trying to have a good drink." You would hear her go, yes, actually, I think it's where we do most of our counting, but if you're fine with a Darla sitting there doing paperwork, it's fine. I think that's all right. Mr. Copper, does that all right with you, Mr. Enma?
Sounds fine to me.
Yeah, so the 8 of y'all would walk into like a back room where you see like a younger looking Darla, like a younger male Darla who's like writing 4 different fucking pieces of paper by candlelight.
Oh, poor buddy.
She's like, don't you do anything funny. He won't. It's almost like, it's just, that's the fucking Darla. So yeah, she would leave y'all in there as there are plenty of chairs for everyone.
Yeah.
So it'd be Hoji and his team on one side and Mr. Copper and the other side.
Alright.
As it's one of those like, this is like for Mr. Copper, how he uses it, this is kind of a business exchange.
Yeah.
As essentially it is his business, which I will now finally update. His little thing is the co-founder of Ravenwell Mercenary Car. So yeah, he is one of the co-founders of that.
Alright.
The old man. Ooh, it's one of those weird things of this is something that is a stint in my world. If someone is old, that means they lived that long.
Yeah. They lived long enough to see another day. The problem with that, they lived long enough to see another day.
Mm-hmm. They earned the ability to keep living.
Uh-huh. But
So the scariest people in my world are not the young ones, but that old guy walking up. Because he knows far more shit than you could ever hope to.
yeah, it's like, don't get me wrong, the younger generation can still be very terrifying if they really know what they're doing. However, the people who've been around for ages, they know the ins and outs, and they understand a lot more about the world because they've had a lot more experience. Does it mean that their opinions are always correct? No, absolutely not, but...
Yeah, so this guy, Mr. Copper, which also Mr. Copper does have his hat kind of tilted as he does in the image.
Yeah.
So that is kind of accurate.
Okay.
But he does look to be in like his like early 70s.
Okay.
With like wrinkles and everything. So
Yeah.
he does have that like, it's not much of an insight. This fucker's been around.
He's a human. For those who don't know, he's a human. So for him,
Yeah.
he is old. But for the half-Duergar sitting beside him, he is young. However, he knows that for a human, he is old. Thus.
Thus, slight like, okay, I'm gonna interact with you politely.
Yes.
Yeah. Mr. Sinclair is opposite Varbuck. Mr. Allnuff is opposite of Zora, and then Miss Irene, who is keeping her head down, politely because of vampire.
Yeah.
Is opposite the bitch with a gun.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's fair.
Yes. And then on the other side of the table, a like 14-year-old Durla writing on 4 separate pieces of paper.
Yeah.
He probably did something wrong. That's what you're guessing.
Yeah. Probably.
Because you write those 4 pieces of paper by candlelight.
Yeah. Yeah, he would just look
That's
at
a
him and
type of punishment.
go, yeah. He just looked at him and go, well, where do we want to begin?
Well, I have started hearing words of your people in the forest, so that's good to know. I will let you know that your word about your group is traveling well.
That's good. That's good.
There have been positivities.
Indeed. Well, that's definitely a good thing to hear. We're trying to make as much of a cause as possible. We haven't had a whole lot of people joining us, but to be fair, our standards are kind of high, so I can understand.
Yes. So I can respect having high standards. I try to have high standards.
I can
Miss
imagine.
Irene and Mr. Olnoff and Mr. Sinclair are some of my best.
I can imagine. You definitely seem capable,
Well.
that's for sure.
I also wish to mention Wraith is like on your back, like with his head on your shoulder, just vibing.
Yeah.
It's the most like professional half Duergar. Meanwhile, his pet. Hi.
Yeah. And then on the other side of the shoulder is the Phantom, Raven.
Yes, is like now it's like looking. It's like blink. It's like looking its head between each of them like a fucking typewriter.
Yeah. Fair. It's also the funny thing is like everybody in Hoji's group, no mask. Hoji, mask up, ponytail up, left eye covered.
Oh god.
But yeah. Here we just go. Well, it's good to see you either way. We've gotten a few new people in our ranks, mainly because of the fact that some, I don't know how to put this up. The best way I can really put it is, off his rocker werebear was causing a problem. He may have taken a witch necromancer and a null demon captive.
Alright.
So they've joined
Alright.
our ranks, and we dealt with the problem.
Did you see Mr. Copper kind of lean back in the chair, like and kind of rub his like? You would now be able to see that it's like a pigeon
Yeah.
head for his like staff. He's like, that's quite a choice.
Yes.
I can't say it was a good one, but it was a choice nonetheless.
It was definitely a choice. The demon, apparently, while it's still working with us, is actually a good-natured primordial null.
Oh.
It was summoned by...
Oh.
You may have heard of them, but it's summoned by a cult named the Lotus. Black Lotus, I think. We're looking into
I
it.
hate them.
Yes.
He would hear Mr. Sinclair and also would see him like drum his fingers once at that, like I don't like those people.
Well, if it gives you any better feeling, the Null, who's currently resting his domain during this darkness time, will be investigating into it with our witch necromancer. And on the side of it, we've contacted the gambler and the house, as we know that they've had some encounters. And also
Yes,
the
well,
people who summoned
if you'd like
West
any
London.
assistance.
Yes, it'd be
Good.
appreciated.
Well, if you'd ever like any assistance with any raids on their places, don't be afraid to reach out. I
Understood.
would personally like to see them burn, as I do not view entrapping people in bottles to be a good thing.
It is a rather angering, problem. To me, I can imagine.
Yes. Hoji would have heard about how he would inform Hoji. He's like,
And fun as I had to personally hear about how they entrapped the house and the bottle. And the gambler saw fit to get in her back.
To be honest, I'm even surprised he even managed to do that.
From what I heard, they did it in a very underhanded way of having multiple people all holding the bottle, but only one of them actually had the house in it. So the gambler, despite all of his luck, could not figure out which one had the correct bottle.
Ooh, that is rather frustrating, I understand.
But from what I understand, she is back in his care. And the Lotus that did that are more than dead.
I can imagine so. Oh, there's also another cult that we've been looking into, but it's a little bit on the passive side, as they, sadly enough, one of my people were actually a victim to them, which is Miss Alania. That's why she joined up with me in the first place. Have you ever heard of... He just kind of like looks over at Alania. He's like, "Are you good with me speaking of them?"
Yes.
Okay.
Also, I want to mention at this point, Mr. Copper, how he's positioned, he's like
Yeah.
leaning back in the chair with like
Sure.
his hand still on his cane, with his like rubbing the beak of his staff.
That's fitting. It's like he's
Okay.
laid back. Hoji is like leaning forward with like his hands like, and that it's that thing of like, it is that very much think of like, I'm not trying to paint him like a villain, right? But
Yeah, no, but you are.
I'm not trying to. It's just that when I think about this, the more I think about it, I'm like, wow, no, this pose is normally done by villains. It's that thing of like he has his hands clasped together, looking forward with his head like kind of slightly leaned downwards, but he's looking up with his eyes. Speaking.
Yeah. Yeah.
Listen, man. He's having his business moment, so he's gonna take it seriously.
Yeah, I would have mentioned Mr. Sinclair and Mr. Allnuff have a very similar position.
Fair.
Miss Irene, she's just kind of there. She's got a very neutral position in how she's sitting.
That's fair. Meanwhile, Varbuck, like, just sitting in a corner, like, on all fours.
Like, he's like sitting, quote unquote, on the chair.
Yeah.
He's sitting on like a dog would.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's like, why are there chairs? Why can't I just be on the floor? I'll sit on the chair because it's the respectful thing to do. I hate this.
Yeah. Okay, well, either way, he would just look to him and go, he was like, well, sadly enough, my friend here, Alania, was cursed by a cult known as the Radiance Chosen.
At that fucking word, Mr. Copper would lean forward,
like putting a bit more weight on his cane, like, oh, those people.
Yes.
I do have a bit of information on them if you would like it.
I would like to exterminate them as soon as possible.
I personally have some people looking into that, to be totally honest with you.
That's good to see.
Yeah, as he was like, well, from what we've discovered, they have at least one major compound just south of the capital, about 4 days.
Interesting.
Yes, I've got a few of my associates looking into it, as most of my associates, as you can kind of tell, are quite good at remaining unseen. As we like to handle things quick and effectively. We don't like wasting time with meaningless combat. If it can be dealt with before the fight even starts, that's the best way to do it.
Indeed. I can agree on that. 4 days south of capital, by the way. I'm gonna write that down.
Yeah, no, that's important. That is like Alania is fucking like, I'm sorry, you have this information. Where? Who? Death.
Yes. Yeah, he would just go, she's been looking into it on her time. Whenever we're near towns, getting any information she should get through rumors from... Well, she's had her ways. She's been acting as a dancer in the past. Pretending to be one at least. Getting money off it, nonetheless, but... Getting a hold of high priests and things like that, she's been able to get word and information that way. It's amazing what the nobles refuse to tell the public, and the people who can handle the problems, they'd rather just keep it to themselves for some reason. This
Well,
slight
from what I've
shade.
understood,
Yeah.
this group is a bit slight shade at who?
The nobles.
Yeah, that's fair. You would see Mr. Copper smirk at
Yeah.
that, at the slight shade at nobles. He's like, oh, good, someone else of culture type fucking expression.
Fair.
Another man of culture, I see.
Yes.
Nah.
Yeah, you were just gonna go. Also, there are some other things we're gonna be handling. In case you didn't know, I think it's a day from now. Should be meeting as a mediator with the Skaven. I should let you know about this. I've gotten a hold of the Skaven leader, so one of them at least.
Wonderful.
So hopefully we can avoid a full-on war.
That's not a war we're winning.
Yes, I don't want to fight that.
I've had a few of my associates, to be totally honest, sneak into a few of their underground facilities.
Yes.
They're quite expansive, and they have networks of tunnels leading to likely every city in the entire world.
I can
If they know
understand.
about it, they probably have a tunnel going to it.
Yes, I honestly, I wouldn't be surprised. But I should be mediating tomorrow with them. As of now, actually, I already know that there's a tunnel apparently leading from here to the capital, so I can confirm that.
Alright, that is slightly concerning, because that is several days. That is more than
Yes.
several weeks of
And
travel.
from what I have been informed, it would be a way quicker travel than surface travel. Besides that, I've already contacted all the kingdoms and sent them letters, but apparently the orcs are planning to soon cause a war. So I'm looking to get a mediator.
Also, yeah, Mr. Kaku, that is a 17-day walk and more like a 6-day flight. Do let me know how fast that underground travel is, because now I'm curious.
I will let you know. Because if that is
I
faster
don't
than the
wish to know
ships can
where
go,
it
then
is.
that is concerning.
I do not wish to know where it is, as that's none of my business, and I don't wish to make you seem like a traitor.
Indeed.
Because I know if any race will not be accepting of traitors other than the elves,
It
it's
is
the
the
rats.
Indeed. I do not
Yes.
wish to betray them. They're good people, and sadly, they've just been misunderstood. Due to,
Yes.
sadly, the common folk shooting. That being
Well,
said,
you know how people say, swing first and never ask a question.
deal with the consequences later, as the fool would
Yes.
speak.
They didn't realize there would be consequences.
I hate people. The most just he does it with it is just a flat I hate people.
He sees the most genuine fucking grin from Mr. Copper, like, ah, yes. Again, a man of
know.
culture, I
Yep.
see.
He would just kind of go. Besides that, I'm trying to think of. Oh yes, there's a few problems as soon as the darkness lays up. That I'm going to be handling near Naporia. I guess I should mention them to you, so if you plan to have anyone handle them, you can know that you can send them elsewhere. That way, you don't have to waste your people and your time.
Fair enough.
So my squadron. We're going to be heading some areas over here in Naporia nearby. We've already handled two of them. One of them was the Null Demon situation. Besides that, we're going to be dealing with an escaped Bat Demon. She's in a cave, apparently, a few days away from here. There's a bandit town. We're going to check around there. Apparently, there's been sights of people, bandits, sticking around, so we need to deal with that. I also heard that there's a rock tomb, something about that, but I don't have a lot of information, but apparently there's something being held up or something of the sorts. Honestly, it's been a while since I've heard about that, so... No, again, it's from rumors from loudmouth people in a bar, so it could not even be true, so it's at least worth looking into nonetheless. Besides that, there's apparently a koi fish lady that's like 2 days south, last time I heard, of here. I don't even know she's causing a problem. I'm just gonna look into it. So.
Right. Fair enough.
Yes.
He's like, koi fish. Why a koi fish? I'm not. I don't want to know.
Sometimes you
It's
don't
like,
question it.
in my line of work, I've learned to not question almost everything.
Indeed. But yes,
Well,
we have a few people
so
scattered
pleasure
up in the
making your
northern areas.
acquaintance.
It is indeed. Same to you.
Well, he would reach out a hand to properly shake Hoji's hand as a like formal like Ravenwell Mercenary Co. is making an acquaintance with the Hidden Garden.
Yep.
That's actually kind of huge.
Yes. Yeah.
So yeah,
He just let him know. He's
An
like, well,
official little
if you
thing.
ever need help, let me know. We're always happy to help. I may not be even
you
though
would-
I am the leader, I know I'm not the strongest. I'm more of just the brains. So if you need a proper one that can hit like a truck, we have my main combat division, which is Rudin and the last Dawn Seeker. So,
you would see a smile from
Yeah.
Mr. Copper at the mention of a Dawn Seeker. He was like, "It's been many, many years since I've heard about a Dawn Seeker.
indeed.
It's good to know they still exist."
You know, for him to be the last, the bastards known as the Bounty Corps had that man locked up. Only reason why you didn't hear about it.
I believe it. Though, from what I heard about the Bounty Corps, there was a from what my scouts told me, as I will be totally honest, I didn't ever fully trust the Bounty Corps.
No.
But I had a few, well, pardon, I don't wish to be insulting, but rats. A few rats in their midst, who liked to tell me things that were happening, and I happened to hear a little birdie tell me about how there was a vote to let him go, and it was a 4-1. The
Sounds
one
about right.
that never revealed himself voted to let him go.
You know, I don't
Just something I
doubt
heard.
it was probably the one that assassinated.
From what I heard, it was. I do hope he's doing well.
I hope so too. Maybe one day, if he's willing, maybe he'll show himself. I'd like to strike a deal.
He probably won't to the public side, but maybe in secret. Who knows?
Never know. I can always use a few secret division cores myself. It's a good way to handle problems that the public would panic about, quite frankly.
I know that was his part in the Demon Corps, or in the Bounty Corps. Oh, apologies, Galen. I didn't mean to insult you, comparing you to them.
You're okay. I knew what you meant at the end of the day.
Yeah. I know that the one that never revealed himself with the Bounty Corps, he was more in line with dealing with things that they didn't want to deal with or was a bit too messy. So he had his own personal groups that to deal with things.
Yes.
Or
Well,
he'd
either
ship
way.
them to an outside group.
Indeed. Well, either way, I hope to work with you in the future. And I don't know if you've heard of the Corps of the Vanguard, but I'm trying to strike up a meeting with them soon as well. If they can handle the southern side of the dynasty until I get proper buildings built, then I can cover the northern in the middle.
From what I've heard, from what I've unfortunately seen from the sky, it's pretty bad over there, so they've got their hands full.
I can understand. Well, I think the main thing for me, at least now, because I don't know how quickly my corps can grow from now, but mainly waiting for funding from the other governments. As much as the Elven is when it comes to the more capacity, the sad fact is that they can't properly fund something if I want to try and go global to try and protect.
Fair enough.
So for now,
Well-
it's on a weird thing of a standby.
I will try and put up a good word to the Cast Iron King.
I
As he
appreciate it.
does at least acknowledge my co, but His men are more capable than some of my own, so I can't even lie about that. He does have some quite capable people.
I understand that. Kinda has to. He is the king after all.
Yes. King of the dwarves, no less.
A good
It's
one
a
at
hell
that.
to manage.
Ever heard of
Yes.
the Carven King?
Yes, in fact.
Yes.
It's not a story I've heard very much.
Well, perhaps, I don't know. It's just a nice little thing to look back upon, honestly, at the end of the day. Not really too much to
Yes.
speak of it. I would have liked to get to know the guy one day, though, however, that will never happen.
Unfortunately. But it is something to show. It doesn't matter how powerful you are. There are some things stronger than even a mortal.
Indeed.
Well, I think that's a good little business venture.
Indeed.
Well,
That bid you adieu for now.
I bid you adieu. He would shake Hoji's hand, give a nod to the others. As Hoji can also roll a perception check to try and notice something.
Perception check. He just steals 50 platinum off me. Okay.
He stole all of your money and has killed all of your people.
Oh, you have to roll advantage because, yeah. Alright, cool. So that is a dirty 19.
Okay. Okay, yeah, he would notice this.
Bonk.
He would, it was the thing of he barely noticed it because also it's one of those things of Mr. Copper was not actively, this was like a perception versus deception type thing,
Yeah.
essentially is what this check was. But because Mr. Copper was not actively, deceiving or doing anything to be deceptive,
Yeah.
he was just a base deception. So it was a DC 18.
Alright.
You would notice is you would see his left eye as he is turning away.
Mhm.
Like you barely see his eye. You would see that it is like a silver.
Gotcha.
It's fuck out.
Okay.
He's got like silver eyes.
Cool. Also, you can probably turn your mic back up to what you had before because you got kind of quiet now. I
don't know, man.
No.
I don't know, man.
Oh.
But yeah. That is Mr. Copper. He would leave with Mr. Sinclair, Mr. Allenough, and Miss Irene
All right.
as they would leave.
And that will probably be the end of the podcast for today because it's getting around that point in time and I have work tomorrow. But yeah, we got the meat man and I fist fought him. I didn't fight him. But yeah, that was a vibe. There's your
You met a very powerful man, in fact.
Yes. So yeah, I look forward to working with him to kill the Abomination Call and the Black Lotus Call, and to kill Zora's family. I mean, what? Yeah,
Honestly, you probably could contact him, and he probably would send people to help you. That is an ironic. You could. He's like, because it's the thing of, see, my people don't use books, so it's just almost like there is no notice of any of that shit. No one keeps track of who they kill.
It really was the thing with Mr. N was really just type it in and be like, hey, this is from Mr. Enma. I found out about a noble who did this, and this to my said person. Wanna cause hell? Question mark. It'll be off the books.
And then meanwhile the response is, see, my people don't use books, so I'm all in.
Fair. Alright, well, either way, thank you all for listening to this podcast. I hope you watched all the way through. If you didn't, you're a nerd and you suck. But yeah, thank you all for watching. Just insulting the viewers as I go. But thank you all for watching.
Honestly, just how fucking dare they not watch everything?
Yeah, like honestly, if you don't watch all several hours of every single session that we put out for every single campaign we do, how dare you? That's all.
How fucking dare you?
Bye. Yeah, how dare you? Bye-bye.